Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Premier League Wiffle. Tonight we have a matchup featuring the 4th-ranked Bombers coming in with a record of 14-13. They will be facing off the 8th-place Night Owls sitting at 13-17. The Night Owls are losers of 5 straight after being swept last week by the Legends. They welcome back all-around superstar Randy Dalby to their lineup, and he is more than needed at this point in the season. His last time here, he nearly single-handedly swept the Lightning, and manager Nick DeVella hopes for a similar result tonight against the Bombers. The Bombers are coming off a long layoff, as their scheduled series last week versus the Ones was postponed due to extreme conditions. Will the extra time off give them a chance to rest up and feel refreshed? Or will it lead to some rusty play and an opportunity for the Night Owls to start their climb up the standings? Those are the questions we have for us tonight, Chris, and we hope to have them answered. Welcome in, everybody. Wednesday night edition of PLW, Premier League Wiffle. I'm Kyle Lohman, joined in the booth by Chris Warfield, manager of the Warbirds, playing tomorrow night. Welcome in, Chris.
Hey, good to be with you, Cal.
Yeah,
Excited to be back up here. Looking forward to a good show. I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of fireworks. You know, with the wind blowing out, similar to last night, I think we're going to see a lot of runs scored tonight, as you got a very powerful hitting Bombers team here. Every single guy in this lineup can hit a home run tonight. You got Randy Dalby in town for the Night Owls, so that's going to be a huge pickup for those guys, as they really need it right now. We're looking at a completely different Night Owls team right now. I don't think I recognize a single guy on this roster from 3 weeks ago, except for manager-owner Nick DeVilla.
Yeah, pretty much. He's made some moves to bring Sean Merciel over, bring Logan Christie over, a new pickup using his free agent chip in Dakota Pickavit. And, Randy Dalby in town looking to do some damage for them tonight. It will be interesting to see if the pitching dominance by Randy, who's known for in the past, holds up, or if the big bats by the Bombers that they're known for take over tonight. The wind's been blowing out pretty much all week, and we've seen some high-scoring games. Will that continue tonight? We shall see.
Yeah, you got to think here, Kyle, with the wind tonight, it's going to favor the Bombers, as we're going to take a look at the Bombers lineup here. Alex Fernandez leading off, a staple in the Bombers lineup. Been in that leadoff spot for 3 seasons now and holding strong. Mateo Fernandez playing left field in the 2-hole. Justin Grenier playing shortstop in the 3-hole. Trevor Bauer, the 4-hole here, playing second base. Max Fernandez pitching and in the 5-hole. Hollis Hale playing third base, a staple out there at third, and batting 6. And it looks like they're batting 7 tonight, Kyle. I think this is the first time we've seen a team roll out 7 guys to start game 1, and that's going to be Big Al batting in the 7-hole as DHing.
Yeah, there's some, strategy discussion around whether or not that's a great idea. The Bombers have 7 guys that could easily start in any other lineup in the league, so they don't want to leave any of those guys on the bench. Yes, that makes it a little harder for their, big studs, Mateo and Trevor. It makes them wait a little longer to get back up, and that could end up being a bad thing, but the Bombers have a lineup that can do damage at the top or at the bottom, so likely not going to affect them too much.
Yeah, I mean, on a night like tonight, top to bottom, these guys are all very, very talented, very, very strong hitters, and with the wind blowing out, I think it really helps the bottom end of their lineup, because they do have a lot of power there, with Big Al being known as a strikeout or home run kind of guy.
It also gives them an opportunity to kind of take a look at an additional guy in Game 1, and then maybe, in Game 2, if for some reason they see a certain guy they were on the fence for whether or not to have him in the starting lineup, and if he has a real big game, Game 1, or a real bad game in Game 2, it makes an easy decision for their lineup in Game 2. Well, that's remained to be seen.
Yeah, it gives them some options, and they got Lonell Simmons on the bench there. They could end up betting 8 at some point tonight, depending on how things go.
I'm sure they hope to be in a scenario where they can easily do that and not hurt their winning chances.
Yeah, it's always usually a favorable situation to be in. With these Night Owls, we're going to see, like you said, a lot of new faces. Free agent chip recently used on Dakota Pickavit, if I said that correctly. Pickavit.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what he's got. Struggled a little bit in his first series, as expected. He's a rookie. Literally first wiffle ball experience in the PLW, so they're going to hope for seeing more out of him tonight. You got a staple at shortstop, Sean Merciel, most recently traded to the Night Owls. Looks like Logan Christie's going to get some reps potentially out there, as I see him walking around in the field. He's out of the cast, so a lot of options there. Levi managed to stay on the Night Owls for another week, so we're going to see him again tonight, and hope to keep that momentum going, as they got Dalby on the mound to start this game.
Yeah, for sure. Logan Christie, a welcome return to PLW here. we'll see. He is going to get the start, it looks like, in left field tonight. That's good to see for all fans of PLW. Logan, coming off that shoulder surgery, has just been anxious to get back into the game. And it looks like we are ready to go here. Randy Dalby is going to take the mound for the Night Owls here, top of the first, game one. PLW.
As you hear the play ball from Chad Phillips, our head umpire tonight.
Down and away for ball one. The other side of the wind blowing out is the wind blowing in for the pitchers. So will these pitchers be able to find the strike zone?
Dalby. Gonna make the easy out there. Yeah, you noticed the other night, pitchers had a hard time with the wind swirling, blowing in and out. It's hard to locate and really control the pitch over the zone because these guys have a hard enough time hitting the zone in normal conditions as is.
Right.
I'm just gonna bring up Mateo Fernandez. One out here.
Mateo takes the ball down and away. Randy, a very menacing opponent on the mound, stands about 6'5" tall, strides towards the plate, makes that 43.5-foot distance from the rubber to the strike zone even shorter. So those pitches that come in at 5 miles an hour actually look even harder because they are coming from a slightly shorter distance.
And you can tell what's scary about it, too, is you can visibly see he's taking something off every single pitch in this league. So could you imagine how difficult it is to play against him in fast pitch as Mateo goes down swinging for the second out of the inning?
It's not something I really want to to bother with trying to do.
Something nightmares are made of, Kyle.
Yeah, exactly. This brings up Justin Grenier in the 3-hole. Lit the league on fire last year in his debut, I believe, with a 5-home-run night. Hasn't quite been able to replicate that, but I don't really think anybody is expected to do that more than once.
No, 5 home run nights are special kind of nights. No matter what the circumstances are, that's a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and everybody hopes to get back there, but as he ropes one up the left side, that's going to be a double from Justin Grenier.
Yeah, nice little 2-out double brings up Trevor Bauer with an RBI opportunity here in the top of the first.
And you know Trevor's going to be looking to make this game this 2-0 here really quickly.
Yep. He's going to be looking for a pitch in the zone from Randy and going to try to jump on it.
Ooh, swings just low.
Falls behind 0-2. See how Randy approaches him on 0-2 here. And he goes hot. Ooh. Trevor swings at it, gets the dreaded dribbler back to Dalby, and Dalby throws to the strike zone for the 3rd out, the top of the first, and it brings the Night Owls up.
All things considered, pretty clean inning to start the game there for Dalby. Just that 2-out double, as we're going to see Max Fernandez on the mound for the Bombers.
And we have the Night Owls batting lineup. Randy Dalby going to get the leadoff, going to get the spot in the leadoff spot. After actually not playing second, he's pitching tonight. Levi Lawrence hitting second. Sean Merciel batting third. Cody Giordano was supposed to be playing left, but Logan Christie we saw out in left batting fourth. Manager Nick Davella batting fifth, and that free agentship acquisition Dakota Pickavit batting sixth. Substitutes include AJ Petrovsky, Logan Christie, Jason Walker, and Dave Seifert.
Yeah, again, like I said, Kyle, a completely brand new Night Owls lineup, other than a handful of staples that have been in that lineup for a while. Barry Hutter, Nick Davilla, Dave Seifert's made a couple stints with the Night Owls. But they're really looking to find themselves here late in the season. Nobody's really out of it at this point. They're sitting in 8th place right now.
But very close to 4th.
But really. Very close to 4th.
With a sweep tonight, they tighten the standings up big time. Yeah, that middle pack is really going to be playing a ton of relevant games from here to the end of the season. The Night Owls are pretty happy with what their schedule looks like, mostly because Randy Dalby and James Stein will be making a lot of appearances here for them the rest of the way, and manager Nick Davella has to like their chances with those guys in the lineup and on the mound.
Yeah, in a couple conversations that I've had with Nick, he's very excited about the fact that either Dalby or Stein will be here for every series the rest of the way. And those guys make a massive difference in this lineup. Obviously with Stein on the mound in town, he's got the best career ERA in PLW, so no slouch out there, and he's batting .370 at the plate when he's in town.
Yeah, those guys are single-handedly game changers. Randy Dalby, a couple weeks ago against the Lightning, they scored a total of 6 runs. He drove in 5 out of those 6 runs, and they won all 3 games.
Yeah, not often you get a sweep scoring 6 runs in a series, Kyle. So that means there was some excellent pitching going on the other end as well. Dalby's going to work a 3-1 count here early off of Max.
Bombers really known for their ability to avoid walks. All 3 starters, specifically Max and Alex, do a great job of throwing strikes, forcing their opponent to put the ball in play and trusting their elite defense.
Yeah, they definitely play a style that says, hey, come and beat us because we're not going to let you walk through this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of times a team is going to try to have that walk, force the deeper part of the rotation to get in the game, and the Bombers are not scared of that. They come right after guys and just say, we know we play great defense. You're going to have to hit the ball hard and past our good defenders in order to beat us. It's a good confidence to have.
Yeah, it's a very good strategy, and honestly, Kyle, they play that way on both sides of the ball, in my opinion. They're going to go down swinging. They're going to swing hard at every pitch, and at the same time, they're going to bring you the heat on the mound.
Yeah, it's a good call for sure.
So Levi's going to take 54 in the zone there. That's going to even the count at 2s.
Levi letting the hair flow down tonight. 2-2 from Max. Bit of a change-up, but Mateo ranges over and makes a leaping catch, I guess, in center field for the first out.
No catch is going to be easy tonight, Kyle, with the wind blowing out the way it is. Things are swirling out there. The ball's moving around. That ball moved probably about a good 10 feet on Mateo, so he might not have needed to make the jump, but he definitely needed to make a move on the ball.
Brings up Sean Merciel here in the 3-hole. Looking to find a hole.
Yeah, and Sean's been hitting the ball real hard in these last couple weeks, so he's definitely looking to break through here against these Bombers.
Gets ahead 2-1 against Max. Max in a little trouble here early in the first. Sean gets just under that, pops up to Justin Grenier in shallow left center, and he makes the catch for the second out. That's going to bring up Barry Hutter. I have a note for Barry Hutter needs 2 doubles for 30 career. He'll become the 14th guy with 30 career doubles once he gets to that point. It's kind of an elite company. If you take a look at the guys who have 30 doubles, it's definitely your who's who of power hitting, hard hitting, high exit velo guys in the league. That's kind of the recipe for success for doubles in this league. You hit the ball hard past the outfielders.
Yeah, hitting doubles in this league is not an easy task, as you really have to rocket the ball past the infield, and then you've got to make a move on potentially 3, most likely 2 outfielders in most situations with the new 6-man lineup. Yeah, Barry's going to go down.
Doubles hard to come by for the most part in this league. And I believe it's 2-2 now. He just broke his bat there. Yeah, it was 2-1, and he just broke his bat. Looked like he did go down swinging, but he, on that attempted check swing, kind of bent his barrel there.
Yeah, based on the reaction, it looked like he was ready to walk away. Well, he's going to
there he goes up the middle. Get a chance for it there, and it looks like it does get to the wall, but it looks like it's probably dirty, as Alex Carrasco probably got a hand on that. Alex Fernandez, excuse me. Randy's kind of taking his time, and he's going to be stopping at third, as that is a dirty double. Make that number 29 in Barry Hutter's.
And just like that, it's like we willed it into existence, Kyle.
Yeah. Manager Nick DeVella with a base hit can put them Night Owls on the board here. Falls behind 0-2, following back that first pitch. And double Nichols on the top pipe gets Max Fernandez out of this inning.
It's a big out for Max to really get into his groove here in the first, as he looked a little shaky there early on, starting with a walk to Randy Dalby. And that's going to be zeros after the first. Kyle, to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that neither team scored a run in the first inning, the way this week has been trending with the wind, just with the big swings that people are taking to get the ball up into the second-tier wins. We've seen a lot of early runs scored so far this week.
It's a good point for sure. The top of the second inning is brought to you by Leilani Acuna, the official realtor of PLW. Whether you are buying or selling a home, you now have a realtor trusted by PLW players and family. You can connect with Leilani on Instagram at Leilani Acuna. Yeah, these two teams are typically known for their pitching prowess. Obviously, the Bombers are also known for their hitting ability. But yeah, I mean, even on a windy night, it'll remain to be seen if the pitchers can somehow also dominate here and keep this a low-scoring game. But as we saw the last few nights, as soon as a couple balls get up in the air, they jumped out of the ballpark, no problem. And some runs came on the board in a hurry. Dalby falls behind again.
Max looking to help himself out here on the mound.
Max Fernandez sporting an 11-game hitting streak. Just tied for third in the league with fellow teammate Hollis Hale, who we'll see this inning.
Oh, wow,
Only
that's
Adam
a surprising
Kautz
stat.
at 16 and Ryan Roosh at 18.
Ryan Roosh, 18 straight games with a hit.
Yeah, he's the current active leader in hitting streak as Max Fernandez goes down swinging against a nasty screwball by Randy Dalby there. And that brings up Hollis with his 11-game hitting streak on the line here in the top of the second. Stares in at double Nichols, fall behind 0-2. Randy doing a good job getting ahead of Hollis here.
So we feel that wind starting to pick up just a little bit there out in center field.
Ooh. Takes 56 on the outside pipe. Hollis thought for a second he might have gone down looking there, but he's got new life.
Nothing you can do with a pitch like that except for hoping it's hot.
Takes high. 2-2. Hollis, the season 1 home run king. It's been looking like his old self this year so far. And that's going to grab the bottom corner of the zone at 53. And Hollis goes down looking. Dalby strikes out the first 2 here in the second.
Yeah, Hollis famously coined the tree in left center, the Hollis tree, as he was famous for hitting home runs over that tree in season 1. This Big Al's going to take a big swing at ball 1.
It's a big tree. To be able to hit over that tree is a pretty impressive feat.
Yeah,
to say the
very,
least.
very tall task, literally and figuratively, Kyle.
There's a grounder back to Dalby, handles it himself, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Randy. Manager Nick DeVella's got to be happy that guy is back in town.
Yeah, this is the kind of start these Night Owls need. To really tame these Bombers early, really keep those bats in check, as they just went through the first time through the lineup, no runs scored, 1 base runner. So Dalby really looking sharp out there right now, and now the Night Owls are going to look to tack on 1 or 2 here early, kind of take command of the series very early on, because these Bombers, if you keep them in the game, they can run away with it.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely a team that relies on momentum, and if they get up 1 or 2 or 3, you're going to hear about it from their sideline, and they're going to kind of get in your head a little bit. So, and the Night Owls have struggled the last number of weeks, minus that series against the Lightning. So a little bit of positive momentum for them could go a long way tonight. We will. Manager Nick DeVella, of course, is hoping that Randy Dalby and his newcomer Dakota provide that spark his team desperately needs right now.
And we're going to see what Dakota's got here, as he's going to lead off the second inning for the Night Owls. Don't know much about the guy so far. Like I said, we've only seen him in that 1 series. So we're going to learn a lot about him tonight, one way or another.
Clearly a baseball player, big boy. There's definitely an adjustment period to PLW. Both the speed, the way the pitches come in, how light the bat is. If he has no wiffle experience, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for him to get adjusted. He kind of sticks his elbow out there, which is a little bit of a no-no here in PLW. You have to make sure to get out of the way in order to allow the ball to travel late and sometimes break into the zone. And 53 on the bottom pipe. It does grab the zone there.
So he's going to go down and look in there for the first out of the inning. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Kyle, if you haven't had any type of baseball, softball, wiffle ball experience, it's really, really hard to break into this league. You really need to have the fundamentals in place from that sport. Dalby's going to swing at strike number 1 there. And even still then, it's very difficult to come in and be good right away. It takes, I know, Trench and I talked about this a handful of times. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks to really adjust and see what kind of player is this guy going to be.
We really haven't seen it from anybody. We really haven't seen anybody walk in and just be immediately a difference maker. Sure, a couple people have had some big nights, Justin Grenier for one, but to be even the guys that have won Rookie of the Year, it's taken them a while into the season to get settled and be a big factor on a team.
Ooh, this is going to be
ropes that
foul.
one foul.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a couple guys have had big nights. I know Garrett Brent on the Bombers as well had a very big night to start. Haven't seen him around much, but they have these hot nights and then they simmer down as the league starts to adjust to them, as it's definitely an advantage to be a rookie, as that's going to be an error from Justin Grenier at short.
Grenier did a good job knocking that down, but short of the throw. That's going to be one of those opportunities where you get a guy like Randy Dalby out essentially on a soft ground ball to shortstop, but then he somehow still ends up standing on first base, and those can kill you.
Yeah, you never like to be in those types of situations with guys like Dalby, Briner, Dodos, where you know you've made the out in your head, but the guy's still standing on base.
Can get in the pitcher's head a little bit too. He feels like, oh look, I should have nobody on and one out. Now he feels like he's got to work a little bit out of a jam.
Yeah, you never want to feel like you made 4 outs in an inning. As we see a couple ducks here fly across hideaway field.
Oh boy. Hollis going to go over and say, "Sir, we're trying to play here." Little throwback to the days where we used to have Seamus run onto the field.
Very famous interrupter of PLW, famous Seamus.
Levi stares in at a 59-mile-an-hour ball that hits the zone, but that's too hot. It's going to be 2-2 here. Levi fouls that one back, just missing. As the duck makes another attempt to play shortstop. I believe they do have 7 fielders at the moment, including that duck, so that's a legal defense. Mateo going to give his, and there he goes. He takes flight. Alex tried to catch him. And we're back to 6 defenders here. Where's Jimmy Dodos tonight? Yeah, Dodos was supposed to be in the booth, but he's been feeling a little under the weather the last couple days.
Levi's going to put that one up in the air.
And
that's going to be a triple.
Wow, did that ball drift back. Mateo thought he was under that with about 7 or 8 feet to spare against the wall, and all of a sudden that was high off the wall for a no-out triple. And that's going to score Randy Dalby from first, and the Night Owl will strike first here.
Yeah, I mean, that's these Tier 2 wins, Kyle. That looked like a routine fly, maybe as short as Grenier. Definitely a play that Mateo usually makes, but the ball carried probably another 20, 30 feet on him there to hit off the 103 sign and score a run here early, no outs.
Just kind of shows that you have to get the ball up. If the ball gets up into those Tier 2 wins, as we call them, that the wind can really take over and do certain things. Maybe some shorter pop-ups on the infield aren't going to do much, but if you can get a high fly ball towards the outfield, it's going to really carry. And a routine play is going to turn into a home run in a hurry. As Sean Merciel lines one up to Mateo. Levi Lawrence coming home. And Hollis Hill on the peg on the relay. And Levi is out at the plate.
Wow, what a play.
Mateo catches this line drive, relays it on one hop to Hollis, who hustles towards the plate and pegs Levi Lawrence in the back for the 3rd out. One of the more incredible double plays we've seen here at PLW.
Wow, what a great play from Hollis Hale there. What great awareness to cut the throw off from Mateo, as it was obviously in the dirt, was not going to get there on its own, and to drill Levi in the back to make that out. That was incredible.
Really heads-up play by him to come about 2/3, 3/4 of the way down the line, anticipate that throw, not quite making it all the way. He read it the whole way. He was like this. He knew exactly where to be. He came towards the plate, grabbed that ball immediately with his quick hands, flipped it, got Levi Lawrence in the back before he touched home plate for the double play.
That's a very, very key double play there for these Bombers to stay in this game, making it close, because Levi was on 3 with no outs, and all of a sudden they're out of the inning.
Yeah, for sure. A big rally thwarted there for sure by the Bombers to only give up 1 off that triple from Levi Lawrence. Back to the top of the order, and Alex Fernandez took a walk against Randy his first time up.
Fernandez usually a very patient hitter goes and chases one out of the zone and high there for the first out of the third inning.
Yeah, a little too impatient there by Alex, got a little nervous with 2 strikes and just swung at a pitch that wasn't in the zone. It is, most pitchers in this league, when they do get ahead 0-2, they try to work around, the zone and not really throw a strike. And Randy did the same thing there, but Alex couldn't hold up.
Yeah, 0-2 is a very nerve-wracking count for the batter, so you definitely expand your zone a little bit to try and protect, stay in the box.
Yeah, here in PLW, you can go down 0-2 with just 1 pitch, so it feels even worse. He's like, how am I down 0-2 already? I've only seen 1 pitch. And Mateo gets one off the end of the bat to right field, and that one's gone over the head of Dakota Pickavit out there in right field, and the Bombers bounce right back, and it's 1-1 here in the top of the third.
And here we go with the Bombers' traditional celebration. You can hear the warning signs. They're looking to do a lot of this tonight as they nuke that bomb off of the home plate. Yeah, this Tier 2 wins, Cal. I mean, again, routine fly probably on most nights, but that ball just kept carrying over and over, and it just barely went over Dakota's head there.
Yeah, and it looks like they're maybe just blowing out in general, and sometimes, a lot of times here, they're blowing out maybe just to left or just to right. But we saw the fly ball in last inning carry to the wall, and that one there was kind of off the end of the bat and ended up getting out by 5 or 7 feet. No problem. So the wind just out in general tonight as Grenier grounds one back to Dalby. He fires one of the backstop for the first out here, bringing up Trevor Bauer.
And Trevor looking to tack on to that home run tally tonight. As he holds off 59 high in the zone.
Trevor with a monstrous series earlier this season, 5 home runs himself.
Yeah, I think there was a very unique stat out of that night. Trevor had 20 bases on the night from 5 home runs, and that was it.
And he had 5 solo shots, I believe,
Yeah.
as well that night, which was pretty wild.
5 shots, 5 RBIs.
It's pretty difficult to do to come up that many times, especially for a lineup this good without anybody on, and to result in a home run.
Yeah, we've had some absolutely incredible performances for Player of the Week, as Trevor did win Player of the Week that week. There's just been some monstrous games from some of these guys, like Trevor.
It's really amazing how there is just one guy. It seems to be one guy every week just somehow finds a way to just have an absolutely incredible week. We saw Ryan Chen earlier this week with 7 home runs in one series, 3 in Game 1, 2 in Game 2, 2 in Game 3. An epic performance that will be a long time before that's match. And Trevor was jammed there, but Levi Lawrence with a one-handed grab on a ball that we thought for a second might carry out of here, but he makes a great catch in front of the pink box sign in right center field for the third out, and a Robert extra base hit away from Trevor Bauer there.
Trevor had the bat flip teed up there. We thought that was going to be a 2-1 game, but Levi sticks his paw out there, nabs it down, and we're going to the bottom of the third, Kyle.
7 was for sure a record, Shane. 6 had been done twice before, once by Derek Corral this season, who had 2 3-home run games. The first game he had 3 home runs. Second game he went 0 for, not just home runs, but 0 for the game. In Game 3 he had 3 home runs. And then actually there was a series, I was looking up some 3 home run games a few weeks ago, and in Season 1, Adam Tannick in a 2-game series had 6 home runs, 3 home runs in back-to-back games.
Don't tell me that was against us, the Warbirds.
I believe it was against the Tomahawks, who are now the Legends, yes. But that was the previous record for most home runs in a series. But now a new record established this week. Ryan Chen, 7 home runs in one series. That's just unfathomable. I mean, there's so many guys in this league that don't even have 7 career home runs. For one guy to be able to hit that many in one night is impressive, and that's likely a record we're not going to see broken for a long time.
You're going to need to see a magical performance from somebody to beat that record. As Barry's going to take 52 right down the middle.
You would think at some point that night that they, maybe they would start pitching around him. But the problem is with the ones having such a dangerous lineup, what are they going to do? They're going to pitch around Ryan Chen and then have to face Adam Couts or have to face Adrian Gutierrez. I mean, forget it. You have to go after those guys. Just Chen had their number that night for sure.
Yeah, like we said, takes one night. Some of these guys have the capability to make it a very special night to remember.
Max spikes one down and away there. 2-2 for Barry. We got a poll up here. Who wears it better? The white backwards hat. Trench or Chris Warfield?
I don't think I can take that away from Trench. That's a Trench signature. trench and the backwards white trucker hat, as we're going to be bringing the count full here. This is what's known as I did not want to do my hair for work kind of day.
And Barry gets one off the fist there. I thought Mateo for a second had a chance to get to that as that ball kind of hung up. I kind of expected that one to drift deeper towards the wall with this wind. But Mateo, ranging quickly to his left, had a shot at it, but didn't quite get there, and that's going to fall for a base hit.
Yeah, that's that weird part of the field where you can either get to it pretty quickly, they hang up, or they fall out of the sky on you, and it's just a really interesting single position. I know people love hitting right over shortstop, right in between the outfielder and shortstop. That's a key spot to get a single in this league, is there's not a lot of opportunities to really get singles in this league in the air.
It's kind of the spot that the defenses force batters to hit to. They say, okay, we're going to cover kind of the rest of the field, and if you can manage to hit a ball up the middle over the infielders, good for you, and you're going to have a base hit a lot. But easier said than done. On a spinner back to Max, who flips it to Justin, looking to turn two.
And he's going to do it.
And he does in time. 4-7-1 on the main clock. 4-7 from Chad Phillips as well, and that's a double play turned by the Bombers. And now it's nobody on, 2 out for Dakota Pickavit.
What an incredible heads-up play from Max Fernandez and Justin Grenier.
Dakota takes ball 1. Yeah, double plays are really important in this league as they shut down these rallies so quickly. You have a runner on first, nobody out. Barry has a good base hit. You're thinking, all right, boys, let's get something going here. And then just like that, there's two out and nobody on, and just the rally is killed. Great job by the Bombers to execute that.
It's demoralizing as an offense, most definitely, Kyle. And it really does fire up your defense. I can't tell you the amount of times where we've seen momentum in a game shift due to 1 or 2 amazing infield plays, such as that play right there, and they just run with it for the rest of the night.
It is probably an underrated part of PLW here where, big defensive play. Not only do home runs and doubles and triples pump up the teams, but, great fielding plays out here that take away runs, pump teams up big time. And Dakota's going to take ball 4, and that's going to walk out Max Fernandez here in the 3rd, and it looks like they're going to go to Alex Fernandez coming in relief.
Yeah, I don't think there was any questions here. Still a very close game, being 1-1. Alex is their immediately next best pitcher. I believe he is sporting a 1.59 ERA.
Extremely low
definitely
ERA.
sub-2 ERA on the season. Sneakily the best pitcher on this team, in my opinion. I know Max has gone out and is leading the league in strikeouts right now, but Alex is just kind of the guy who's been around in the league for 4 seasons now. Just consistent. You know what you're getting out of him every single night. He's going to keep you in a lot of games.
Yeah, Alex has been is the PLW veteran. He was the guy season 1 who immediately had the pitching ability. And then the last couple seasons, Mateo emerged last year. Max started off this year as maybe the best of the trio. But it looks like Alex has kind of punched back and said, "Look, boys, I still know what I'm doing up here, and I'm
still my
reliable
team here, boys, and I'm still big brother."
He's definitely exactly. He's the big brother of the 3, and he's the leader of this squad for sure. And he's going to look to come in here and shut the Night Owls down and get themselves back to the plate. Still at 1-1. As we see Kirby Bucket making an appearance out there on the mound. Good to see Kirby tonight.
And it looks like we've actually put Kirby on the back of the bucket, Kyle. Is that correct?
Yeah.
As I see a sticker there.
PLW on the front. I think that's always been the case.
There's a little, there's somebody on the back. Is that Kirby Puckett?
Yeah, of course.
It is? I didn't
You didn't realize that?
I never noticed that.
Oh.
No. I never did.
Of course.
Goodness.
Kirby Puckett has a home on Kirby Bucket, of course.
No, that has to be new, Kyle.
That has to be new. That's from the first day.
Oh, my goodness.
Your awareness level rating is quite low. Yeah.
Very low. Unless it's a trade, Kyle, I'm probably not paying attention. So
that is true. And Alex is greeted with his first batter here.
If I'm coming in relief, this is not the guy I want to see for my first batter.
No, it's definitely
of the night.
It's certainly not. It's a rude awakening, and not really a guy you want to face with your first pitches of the night.
Yeah, Alex Fernandez, definitely a strike thrower as well. Dalby's going to be looking to sit back on one of Alex's favorites, 12-6s, and really get rid of it here.
Yeah, just looking to get the ball up in the air as he knows all I have to do is hit this ball high in the air fairly hard, and it's going to drift out of the yard.
Yeah,
Alex with a nice slider
55.
there at 55 to get ahead 0-2. Really big pitch for Alex to give him all his options here on 0-2. And he goes submarine style, down and away. 59, too hot, not even close to the zone. 1-2 now Definitely a waste pitch.
Yeah, no reason to throw him a strike here on an 0-2 count or a 1-2 count, really. Just got to experiment, see what you have in the bag. Now, though, he's going to have to get creative as he's just worked himself into a full count being up 0-2.
Yeah, 3 straight pitches out of the zone, go from 0-2 to 3-2. He's got to come into Randy now.
Oh, and that's Dalby's favorite kind of pitch to hit is that one just in the shoulder.
Yeah, that
Foul
one,
ball.
That one might have been out of the zone as well, but more of a challenging pitch as he had an opportunity to hit that one. And he chases a ball down in the dirt, and Alex Fernandez does a great job thwarting the danger that is Randy Dalby. And the Bombers are 1-1 here, going to the top of the 4th.
Yeah, we're going to see, I believe, Big Al is going to lead off this inning, and they're going to be looking to shake things up and break this tie, Kyle. As I don't see 1-1 winning this game. Just with the conditions we have, the talent on both sides of the plate, I think somebody's really going to break it open here in the 4th or the 5th, and we're going to see a 5 or 6-1 game.
Yeah, you would think with the wind alone, it really is a big factor in Wiffle because of how light the ball is. You would think that the wind is not going to be able to keep this game at a low-scoring game, but really talented pitching on both sides. Last few nights, we've seen the hitting have the advantage over the pitching in these conditions, and so far tonight through 3 innings, it's been the pitching, but it could change in a hurry. We're a few balls in the air, and all of a sudden it could be 5 by either of these teams.
Yeah, both teams very, very capable of breaking off a nice spurt of runs. The key here is going to be keep Dalby in the game. Does not have a walk. Does he have a walk?
Yeah,
he does have a walk.
Yeah,
leadoff
walk. Alex with the leadoff first batter of the game.
Yeah, leadoff walk.
So he has 1 walk. Yep.
Yeah, so keep Dalby in the game is the key for the Night Owls right now. Keep this thing low scoring. Go give yourself an opportunity to go out there and run away with it in the 4th.
Max Fernandez is going to lead off here. Takes ball inside. Max swings at that pitch
Just
in the
misses that
zone.
one.
Just misses. A little bit ahead. 1-2 now to Max. Always looking to do damage. That 11-game hitting streak still on the line.
In jeopardy right now for both Max and Hollis.
Yeah, they'll probably both have 2 more opportunities. Another reason why a 7-man lineup hurts them slightly is a couple less at-bats for these great players, Max and Hollis. Max is going to ground that one back to Randy.
Chad. 285. Put it in there, man. Am I
Hollis struck out his first time up.
probably because you have a short finger. Late. Use your middle finger.
Randy with that nasty
Just
screwball-looking
hot.
pitch, but 56 despite being in the zone. And he falls behind 1-1, thinking he probably should be ahead 0-2. Hollis smacks it hard to Sean Merciel at short. Does a good job picking it up, making a strong throw, and hits the strike zone for the out. Nice play by Sean Merciel there at short. Nice new addition for the Night Owls, bolstering their defensive side of the field.
Yeah, much needed on the infield here for these Night Owls. They were in desperate need of a lockdown shortstop, and they got him in that trade.
Dalby doing a nice job, taking a few miles an hour off that screwball, getting ahead 0-2. Big Al.
As Big Al is going to go down swinging. That's going to end the inning as Dalby goes 1, 2, 3 right through the heart of that Bombers lineup.
Yeah, good job by Randy again. Not, like as expected, he shows up and he's been dominating so far on the mound. He's just been he's a force to reckon with on the mound for sure. He's a tough guy to beat. He's 6'5". I mean, it's just he's got a full arsenal. He's been playing wiffle ball for 2 decades. He's got all sorts of different pitches. He's played all different types of this game. And in the spurts that we've seen him, he's just been nothing short of a menace. And the Bombers are seeing that tonight.
I want to say that he won Wiffle Ball Player of the year that both Max and Mateo were born.
Something like that. Yeah, he
Something
was
along those
number
lines.
1 ranked wiffle ball player in the country by whatever the official wiffle rankings are. I think it's kind of official, unofficial rankings. But yeah, it just shows you how good this guy is, and still in his 30s, late 30s, he's looking like he's not that.
Yeah.
And
he's been doing this for a while.
Making these young 20-year-olds look silly for sure.
Yeah, I want to say, too, that official website poll I think we had a couple guys in the PLW break into the top 50 last year, maybe top 100.
Yeah, I think Tom Gannon was on that list for sure.
Yeah, I want to say Tom Gannon made the list. Taylor Briner,
yeah, I believe.
Adam Couts made the list. Ryan Chen.
Awesome, good to see. Levi goes down swinging there. GK asking us, why do you think the Bombers would choose to bat 7 versus Dalby?
I don't really know because I don't agree with that strategy.
Yeah, we
to be
kind of talked
completely
about
transparent.
it pregame. We weren't really sure what the reasoning was. I did one positive, as we said, it kind of gives it gives 7 guys an opportunity to kind of show manager Alex Fernandez what they got on the night. And maybe if one of them really struggles in this game, that guy gets benched going forward for the night. And maybe he's the pinch hitter if need be.
Yeah, and with that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spot in their lineup, they're all equally as talented and all have the same capabilities to go off on any given moment. So I don't think they wanted to cheat any single one of those players out of an opportunity like that tonight.
Yeah, for sure. They got a team full of guys that are here itching to play. They had a whole week off last week as their game got canceled due to the extreme wind. So they were itching to play, and like Alex said, okay, guys, look, I'm going to put you all in there. Show us and show me what you got.
See what you got game 1, see if you make it back for game 2.
2-2 to Sean Marcil here, who stares at 56, new life. Alex Fernandez thought he had a punch out there, and I think Sean thought that as well, as he's got a wry smile on his face. But new life here for Sean Marcil, full count.
That is a bailout, Kyle.
Alex goes with the same pitch, but that one's too high, and that's going to be the first walk on Alex Fernandez. A little fortunate there by Sean Marcil getting a second life on 3-2, but it does a good job laying off that pitch that's too high for a 1-out walk. Bring up Barry Hutter. Takes one down and away.
Yeah, and just like that, Alex Fernandez, 1 walk on his record here, and another very patient hitter at the plate in Barry Hutter.
Barry, a veteran of PLW.
As it looks like Alex Max Mateo 2020, the mother of the Fernandez family, looks like she might be making an appearance. Mama Bear is going to be coming out tonight.
All right, sounds good. Barry taking all the way there on 3-1. Fills up the count 3-2. Alex Fernandez has to come to him here as he already has a walk on his record.
Oh, Barry's going to get a hold of that one.
Deep to center, but Max is under that. Yeah, for sure.
One above it.
Do you think Alex would ever bench his father? Sounds good. We have a pinch hitter here. Logan Christie in for manager Nick DeVella. Would Alex ever bench his dad? I mean, look, I don't think he can. I mean, if you look at Big Al, I wouldn't mess with that guy. So I wouldn't.
That's a pretty easy question to answer. The answer is no.
Right. I wouldn't be the guy to say, okay, Dad, I'm going to sit you on the bench, as I think Al with one hand could grab Alex and still show him who's boss for sure.
Yeah. I would not want to be making those kind of decisions.
Logan Christie getting his first real at-bat of the season, two-handed.
Yeah, exciting to see this guy come in here and get an at-bat. He's been itching for a while now to get back on the field as he works a full count there.
Rocking his Thanos gloves that he's known for around the league. 3-2 and he takes ball 4. That's going to be it for Alex Fernandez, and that's going to have to bring Mateo in now. As we see all 3 brothers here pitch in the first inning. Good job by the new acquisitions. Sean Marcil and Logan Christie there working walks and getting deeper and deeper into this Bombers pitching staff. Key to success here in PLW, get through the starter, get through those middle relievers, and force the guys that are pitching less and less to eat up some innings. Good news for the Bombers is they have 3 studs at the top, not to mention very capable Justin Grenier behind him.
Yeah, all 3 brothers, very, very capable pitchers. Like we kind of highlighted earlier, Mateo really had his coming out party on the mound last season, and Max really making his, I don't want to say coming out party, but his big jump in this season where we all knew he had it last year. He just had a little bit of trouble staying in the game as Trevor Bauer is going to try and put one up in the booth there. But Max really established himself right away this season, being a very dominant strike thrower, jumping out to that early strikeout lead. So, yeah, he's made that big jump. Mateo isn't quite looking the same way he did last season, and that's not a dig at him, as he looked incredible for most of the season last year, both at the plate and on the mound. So it's very hard to stay at that level in this league. As people start to figure you out, the more they see you, the less of an advantage it is for you as a pitcher in this league.
It sure is. You basically have to constantly evolve as a pitcher, and it really says something about the guys that have done a really good job of staying at the top. And there's not really too many of them. I mean, Tom Gannon has been maybe one of the only to kind of really stay consistent over the seasons, as we've seen guys like Taylor Briner come back to earth a little bit this year.
Yeah, I mean, a couple guys come to mind. Tom is obviously the #1 most consistent guy in the league on the mound. Stein hasn't made out a ton of games these last 2 seasons, but he's also very consistent. Brandon Mile has been consistent for 3
Brandon
seasons
as well,
now.
for sure.
Patricus is silently always in the conversation.
Workhorse.
Absolute workhorse. Guys like Chen, although he missed season 3, those kind of guys have been staples on the mound, just throughout the league. As it looks like we got a new pull up here in a very key situation.
It's Dakota grounds one to Justin. Hollis picks it up, steps on third for the 3rd out. And that's going to get them out of the jam. Mateo does a good job coming in, forcing a ground ball over to the left side. Justin knocks it down. His third baseman picks it up, steps on third. Crisis averted, 1-1, going to the top of the 5th.
So it looks like we got a new poll here, guys. The Fernandez that you would start your franchise with. This is a difficult
Alex,
question.
Mateo, Max, or Big Al? Start your franchise.
Yeah.
I do think Mateo is probably the right answer. It's a very close call.
Yeah, I mean, he's the youngest one out of the 3.
Yeah.
I think all around he's shown the ability to be the most dominant at all 3 parts of the game.
Yeah, winning most improved player last year.
Made an MVP run last year.
Yeah, was
He
3rd
really
in
did.
MVP voting, only behind Taylor Briner and Adam Tanek. I mean, the kid had an incredible year last year, on a similar pace this year, slightly off that, but really a force to be reckoned with every time he comes to the plate. Can go to any field. And when he's on the mound, he's can battle with the best of them on the mound as well. So Mateo Fernandez, all around 3-way athlete, as we say here, PLW, can hit, can pitch, and can field at elite levels.
Yeah, and I really think the right answer to that poll is a combination of all 3 brothers. I think that's your perfect solution to start a franchise with.
Superstar that would be.
But yeah.
Alex, the fastest of the 3. Max, maybe with the most power of the 3. Mateo can doing the best hitting job. And that one's a line drive right at Levi Lawrence. Knuckled a little bit and went off his hands. That's going to be an error. And Alex Fernandez with a leadoff, base hit kind of here. It's close, tough call there.
Call.
But that did hit right.
It was screwing a little bit.
Yeah, it was screwball, but that really hit him right in the hands. Levi's got to come down with that for sure. As he takes another half step in, maybe it's not quite as low of a catch attempt there.
And Glenn Meadows is right there. The whole franchise doesn't start with that Big Al, so you can't
Very
forget
true.
about him.
Without him, there would be no trio of brothers, as Mateo has a hard hit ball past Sean Merciel at short. They were playing 2 infielders there and 3 outfielders, and they're going to do the same thing here with first and second, nobody out.
And just like that, Ducks on the pond for the Bombers here in the 5th inning.
Interesting decision here. I mean, these are definitely hitters where you want to have 3 guys in the outfield, 4 to protect against doubles. But this is a situation where you really need a double play, so interesting that they're not moving a guy in and playing infield. A lot of trust in Dalby, Merciel, and Barry Hutter to turn 2 here if they can get a ground ball.
Yeah, the benefit here of having Sean is he is almost like 2 infielders at most given times.
Very fast.
It's very fast. Can probably turn a triple play here on his own, to be completely honest with you.
Grenier taking all the way there against Dalby, and that's going to be 56, too hot in the zone.
And that's going to do it for Dalby,
And that's
correct?
the second walk, I believe.
I believe it's the second walk.
Chad, is that 1 or 2?
That should be.
That's 1.
Oh,
I have Alex leading the game off with a walk, I believe, so I believe that's the second walk. I'm pretty sure.
No, Alex hit the ball right back at him the first time.
yeah, he hit the ball
okay.
right back at him.
Apologies
Yeah.
for that. For some reason, I thought Alex walked to lead off the game. I guess I got confused there, but
He definitely walked away from the box to lead off the game.
maybe
there.
that's what it was.
That's going to fill him up here with no outs in the top of the 5th. And kind of like I was talking about earlier, Kyle, these are the situations where a team can really separate themselves in the 4th or the 5th inning and get up 5-6-1 and really put this game to bed.
Yeah, Trevor's looking to make this game 5-1 with 1 swing of the bat. There's nothing else on his mind but seeing a strike and hitting this ball a mile.
Yeah, there's only a handful of outcomes you're going to see from Trevor, and a single is not one of those.
Trevor gets ahead 2-1 here, and he's Dalby has to come to him. And he doesn't. Trevor hits a ground ball. Deflected off Marcel to Barry Hutter. And he turns a double play, which is going to get 2 outs. But what's going to happen is Alex Fernandez is going to score from third. That is actually getting the runners at second and at first. Had Barry hit the strike zone on that double play, that would be getting the runner at second and then a tag out at the plate. But because he missed the strike zone and got the center panel, that's going to be second and first base outs. Going to score Alex from third. Gets the 2 outs, but they give up a run. It's 2-1 Bombers here. Runner on third, 2 outs. 2-1 Bombers.
And just like that, it is no longer possible for somebody to win the 1-1 game I was talking about earlier.
That's true.
As you all pleasantly pointed out, that nobody can win a 1-1 game.
That's true. You were saying that.
You know, sometimes I don't really think about it as I'm saying it, and it takes a while to process later. And that's going to be a great catch from Dakota to end the inning there. Could have been a lot more damage done from the Bombers. I really have to give the Night Owls props there for keeping that to a 2-1 game.
Yeah, despite giving up a run there, and for the Bombers, they're the one who scored the run. I promise you that the Night Owls feel like they won that inning. To have bases loaded, nobody out, and with Power hitting Trevor Bauer up, and to come away with only 1 run, the Bombers feel like they lost that inning there for sure. The Owls have to have a little momentum here going into the last 2 innings with a chance to tie it up here at the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, 100%, Kyle. I mean, you're 2-0 to a guy like Trevor Bauer. Randy Dalby, stone cold smooth out there on the mound, not even worried, not even dripping a sweat bead down his forehead because he's done this for 30 years. Not an ideal situation, but to get out of it pretty much unscathed given the circumstances.
Yeah, kind of a wild play where it was a hard-hit ground ball right at Sean Marcel at short. Kind of got a little lucky, and as he stuck his hand out there, the ball deflected right over to second baseman Barry Hutter. But they did a good job taking advantage of that opportunity presented to them in turn 2 there. Let's see if Randy can help himself out here as he leads off here in the bottom of the 5th. Randy could, with 1 swing of the bat, could tie this game up. Mateo misses away. Ball 1.
It looks like, Kyle, unless I haven't been paying attention again, Cody Giordano has just shown up. He was supposed to be in the starting lineup tonight, and I do not believe he was in there. So they're going to look to maybe add him to the bottom here or get him in at some point, as he is a very crucial hitter in their lineup.
Yeah, I think Cody was supposed to be here, and Barry initially wasn't, and I think they kind of flip-flopped. Barry ended up showing up, and Cody had, for some reason, had to be here late. So, but good addition to the Night Owls for him showing up. Good defender and a good leadoff guy, as they've actually been relying on him to be the leadoff guy. I don't think he'll be taking that away from Randy Dalby tonight, but he'll be towards the top of their lineup coming in game 2 for sure.
As Levi's going to work a 2-1 count here. Yeah, he's a very nice, sneaky pickup for them. Traded from the Sam Vipers to the Night Owls.
Rocket up the middle, right off the midsection of Mateo, who fires one of the backstop, 78 miles an hour, taking out a little aggression of that ball off his chest. Quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Mateo, a good job so far. Come in, get out of this jam.
And rumor has it, Cody Giordano walks 20 miles uphill both ways to get to the field. So that probably has something to do with the fact that he was a little bit late.
Wow, if so, we need to get him a driver.
Or a moped.
Yeah, or anything.
Or anything.
Real Racing Boots say Levi is going to fill that Game 2 or Game 3 starter the rest of the season. They needed that badly. Yeah, for sure. After trading away Brandon Mayo, they need somebody to eat up some innings besides Randy and James Stein when those guys are here.
Big swing from
Levi's
Sean.
gonna
Just
do
missed
that.
it. Yeah, I mean, Levi is no Brandon Mayo, but he definitely has the capabilities of eating up innings on the mound. I mean, he was a staple for the Stonemen. Was a pretty solid pitcher, as Sean's going to go down swinging there for the 3rd out of the 5th inning. Really solid pitcher in Season 2, if I recall correctly. Kind of fell off in Season 3. A lot of things happened in Season 3, external circumstances, but definitely capable left-handed pitcher on the mound. Definitely has some antics, too, out there. Famously known for the triple leg pump.
He probably just had a few starts that he was left out there a little too long, only for the fact that, Stoneman didn't really have great options behind him, right? So, he's pitching a few innings, and maybe they started to hit him. And in a situation where other teams have the luxury of maybe making a pitching change and going to a different look and somebody who's fresh. Stoneman a few years ago didn't really have that luxury, so Levi kind of took the brunt of those blowouts and those tough starts, or those starts where he probably should have been pulled a little earlier, just kind of had to ride it out. So numbers likely inflated due to that a little bit. So he's a guy who can come in at any point and be just as dominant as almost anybody in this league for sure.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it was really out of necessity for that Stoneman team. For when they were in this league, it was Levi most nights, stepped them when he was around, and Bird had some capability as well. As Hall's going to swing strike one there.
Hawks looking for a base hit to keep that hitting streak alive. Jeez. Both Max and Hollis without a hit so far.
Well, yeah, we could see the end of two very long hitting streaks here in Game 1 tonight.
Yeah, there's only 6 guys with a double-digit hitting streak going into tonight. 2 of them hitting back-to-back here in the Bombers lineup, and they're both at risk. Game 1.
It's still unbelievable that Ryan Roosh is atop this with 18 straight games. That is incredible.
He's done a great job putting the bat on the ball, looking to go opposite field. And, he's not a singles hitter. He's been plenty of home runs as well. He's made some serious adjustments this year, and he's a force to be reckoned with. As Hollis Hale goes deep to left, and he hits a home run.
And that's
3-1 Bombers, and that's going to keep
alive.
his hitting streak alive. Extends it to 12 games. 3-1. And wait till you see.
Well, it looks like we have some new antics from the Bombers.
And he dunks on Trevor Bauer.
Posterizes Trevor Bauer there for the home run in the 6th inning here, making the game 3-1. Dalby really had no options there left. Full count, has to bring him something. Hollis, a very, very capable home run hitter.
Yeah, Hollis is a guy who, when you are forced to throw a strike and come really at him in a pitch in the zone, he's a guy who's waiting for it, and he's going to jump on it and swing hard and punish you more often than not. And he did just that.
Big Al working himself into a favorable 2-1 count.
It is something I would like to see just a little more out of
count.
Big Al. Just a little more patience in this league. I know he's up there to hit home runs, as that's what his MO is. But if he just forces the guys to be a little more, come at him, just take a few more pitches, don't swing at those balls, and get a few more hittable pitches, man, he would hit even more home runs.
Yeah, I mean, we all know he has the power to be a really strong hitter in this league. Again, like you said, just the patience and really keeping your eye on the ball has been his struggle for the last 3 seasons. That's going to be the first out of the 6th inning.
Brings up the top of the order. Alex Fernandez here. Nobody on and 1 out. Dobby goes down and away. And I know I was a little frustrated right now. Dobby having to go all 6 innings. And they're trailing 3-1 right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is very crucial for the Bombers to pull this game out now at this point with Dalby going all 6, only having 3 innings left at the end of the night. You've definitely knocked out the undisputed #1 pitcher for this Night Owls lineup for most of the rest of the night.
Really gives them a huge advantage if they take this game and eat up 2/3 of Randy's allotted innings as Alex Fernandez hits a 1-hopper into the gap. Levi Lawrence cuts it off, and that's going to be a base hit for Alex.
Yeah, still finds a way to get a ball down in the outfield with 3 outfielders out there. That is very, very impressive from Alex, as he is definitely a singles hitter.
Mateo takes that pitch down and away from Randy. Mateo rocks one hard up the middle, past Marcial. Levi gets a finger on it, and that's going to be a dirty double. Kind of a little bit of a weak effort by Levi out there. Could have laid out to try to stop that ball from getting to the wall, but was unable to do so. And now it's 2nd and 3rd with 1 out for the dangerous Justin Grenier. And the Bombers are looking to extend this lead even further. And at this point, Randy started the 6th inning, and he's probably their best option, so you have to just stick with him here. Had he not started this inning, you could have gone to somebody else here in the 6th, but since he's in there, you have to just let him ride it out here and try to work through this jam.
Yeah, there's nobody else that you can put in this situation, regardless of the fact that he gave up a shot and there's 2 runners in scoring position. As Grenier's going to go right side.
And he hits a hard-hit ground ball past Barry, past Dakota. That's going to get to the wall and clear the bases. and it's now 5-1 Bombers here in the top of the 6th. We said it was only just a matter of time until some runs hit the board, and now we're seeing it here in the 6th. They've seen Dalby once or twice already. They finally get to him a 3rd or 4th time, and they're punishing him.
Yes, like you said, Cal, this is exactly what we talked about. This is how you go and win these types of games. 1-1 early. Neither team looking very sharp at the plate, but Bombers bringing home in the hard runs right now.
Yeah, you use your pitching to keep you in the game. You get out of the jams. You keep it close, and then you know you're going to break through at some point, and the Bombers did just that.
Yeah, and Max only going 3 innings, so plenty of innings left. As Bauer's going to bring home Grenier going to the right side. That's going to be a clean single. Not something we see very often out of Trevor Bauer, but that was a great piece of hitting there.
Yeah, really good to see Trevor using all sides of the field there. Normally, he's known for a guy who's just trying to pull the ball hard over the wall. But good job by Trevor smacking an opposite field single. And that's going to bring up Max Fernandez with a chance to extend his hitting streak.
As he's going to take ball 1 there. Yeah, and you can see it kind of on the Night Owls' faces right now. They were feeling good early, look a little bit deflated right now. Really need to bring the energy up for this squad if they're going to make a comeback here.
Yeah, they have the guy on the mound that they've been waiting weeks for to return. So they figure, oh, look, we're going to come in here and do damage again against this tough Bombers team. We got our guy, and they find themselves down here 6-1 in game 1 in the 6th. Tough sledding here for the Night Owls as Randy does a good job taking some speed off that pitch, and Max goes down swinging. Looks like Max's hitting streak is going to end at 11 games. Unless I missed one early in the game, but I don't believe I did.
And you're never happy to be a Night Owls pitcher when you're seeing the same guy who led off the inning with the home run back at the plate when they're batting 7.
When they're batting 7, for sure.
Let alone 6. Hollis just misses that one. It's going to bring the count to 1-2.
Hollis looking to do damage with that one, pitch up in the zone.
Yeah, he is really feeling himself right now after that home run.
Randy speeds that one up just 80 miles an hour.
Just a casual 80.
He's just getting himself loose for some of those fast pitch tournaments. And Hollis Hale deep to left, and that's a laser beam home run over the container. And it's now 8-1 Bombers, and the Bombers are doing their thing here in the 6th. And we're going to see for the 2nd time in the inning, Alex now getting absolutely posterized by Hollis. King of the Euro step, now king of the dunks. 8-1 Bombers. Man, he's really come back to form. Season 1, Hollis was such a force to be reckoned with in this league. Season 2 and 3, he wasn't quite the same hitter. And now Season 4, he has really come back to form and should really be moving up in this Bombers lineup. He's hitting 6th here, and that's quite a scary number 6 hitter to have.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like you said, had his struggles Season 2, Season 3. Definitely a kind of guy who's going to succeed when we get into the warmer weather. The way he hits the ball, the pop he has, the way it rises, definitely going to have a ton of home runs in situations like tonight. Nobody's ever questioned the fact that he hits the ball hard. And yeah, when he's got his swagger going, all right, he's going to hit 3, 4, 5 home runs in a night. When he doesn't, he's going to be cold. And that might be why they have him in the 6th hole now, but I agree with you. He definitely needs to move up the lineup, as he's shown over the last handful of weeks that he is getting back to that Season 1, the Hollis King form.
Yeah, he looks locked in. He looks very dangerous. He's playing a fantastic third base this season, and he looks locked in at the plate. Hollis Hale, sleeper, very quietly, very dangerous. I'm not going to say MVP candidate, but like he's having a very, very great season for a guy who's not always talked about.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible to win Most Improved based on where you were, then regressed back to, and then went back to again?
100%. I mean, if you're looking at just something like OPS and the differences between the seasons in that number, I think he's looking at quite a big jump. And with continuing to hit bombs like that and to be a tough out and working walks, he's definitely going to be in the Most Improved player category along with the leader of that hitting list, Ryan Roosh. Those are 2 of the leading contenders right now for sure. As we're going to see Cody Giordano here getting an opportunity to get some innings in, and which is good because the Night Owls need somebody else as in addition to Levi, in addition to Randy and James Stein when they're here, to eat up innings. They have Jason Walker, who is good at times but not always available. And, Logan Christie coming off that shoulder surgery, he's still a ways away from pitching. We might not see him pitch at all this season.
Yeah, I mean, when he was on the Warbirds, the report was that he's not going to pitch this season.
Okay.
Just unless he's made some incredible strides, which I know he was making on a weekly basis in terms of his physical therapy. He wasn't even supposed to be hitting this early on in the season, so that's incredible for him. But yeah, they're not going to really have him as much of a pitching option this season. It's going to be crucial for them in the later seasons, assuming they can avoid relegation. But yeah, they do need that third pitcher to really develop. And by third, I mean a guy that's going to be in town every series.
Yeah, and it's good to get, even if Cody ends up not being their number 3 option, he's the number 4 or 5 option, you need to have those guys that you can go to in certain situations and certain times where, oh no, as we see Kirby taking a bit of a header there.
You know what? Kirby really takes it on the chin a lot from these guys out here, as they really like to mess around with him. He didn't do anything to you guys to deserve this kind of torture.
I know. And then we saw Kirby there at his best.
Sure, he's a little
Big
cocky.
air.
Sure, he's got the 1.5-inch rims. Sure, he's styling. Stickers on both sides of the bucket is, oh my
wow.
goodness.
And that was like a bit of a
What a trick, yeah.
Now he's going backwards.
Frontward wheelie.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow. Kirby just showing off at this point. Logan. Look at look. Wow, what a move there by Kirby. Alex Fernandez up. 8-1 game. Cody Giordano getting an opportunity here.
Mama Fernandez is in the house now, so maybe she was Lady Luck for this Bombers squad in that 6th inning to go ahead and put up 7 so far.
You might be onto something there.
Alex can take that ball one in the dirt from Cody Giordano. Yeah, like you said too, like even if he doesn't develop as a third pitcher, it's always great to have a 4, 5, 6 guy in your arsenal, just in case you have a night where for some unknown reason your top 3 guys can't make it and you need to get out of a jam.
It seems to happen a lot with this team specifically. The Night Owls have been thrust into many positions where they need one of these deeper
right
guys.
At Sean Merciel. He's going to make the easy play at second there. They're going to get out of this inning.
Yeah, nice job by Sean Merciel knocking that hard hit line drive down, chasing after it to his right, and throwing on to Barry Hutter at second for the 3rd out. But the damage has been done. 6 insurance runs here in the top of the 6th by the Bombers. And it's now 8-1. Mateo Fernandez going to retake the hill, looking to close this one out. And the Bombers are looking to take game 1, despite having faced Randy Dalby for 6 innings. And they're at a big advantage here early in the night to take this series.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the uphill battle here, Kyle. I mean, this is a Night Owls team that we're talking about that won a series, only scoring 6 total runs. And now they need to come back from down 7 in 1 inning. Not saying it's not possible, but it's very, very difficult to be in this situation.
I'm not sure what the most runs we've
Barry
seen.
chirps back into the booth at me. Not too thrilled about that.
Yeah, Barry lives on that bulletin board material. He likes hearing those few items every once in a while. I don't know what the most runs we've seen down in a comeback so far in 1 inning. I think 5 is maybe the number that I even just the other night.
What about the Cajun collapse?
That was 5. It was
5?
2-2 going to the 7th, and then it was 7-2, and then they lost 8-7. So that was 5. We saw the ones the other night trail 9-4 in game 2 and come back all the way and win that one 10-9. That was 5 runs. I'm going to say 5 runs is what the most we've seen in 1 inning. I think there's been a couple of our situations where a team was down more earlier in the game and lost. I do know the ones in their first game in existence were up 8-0 and lost. I think 15-8.
I believe they lost 15-8 to the Tomahawks, which is now known as the Legends.
Right.
That was quite the game. And there was a handful of other games where I believe the Bombers, the old school Bombers, with Mayo, Dodos, Maccabee, ended up also doing something very similar to the ones. I believe they were down 9-1. And they ended up coming back and winning 15-9 or something that way.
Wow.
Spencer Barrick ended up pitching. Crazy windy day. Very similar like tonight's conditions. So there's been some crazy comebacks. I think you're spot on with the number being 5, as Barrick gets a piece of that one to stay alive here. I want to say 5 is that magic number. Anything more than that, I don't think we've seen. You don't usually expect to see it. I mean,
Barry takes ball 4 there from Mateo. That's his first walk. And it's just 5 is also there's just not too many innings where a team puts up 5. So to think that you could possibly come back from more than that number seems far-fetched in itself. You really got to have a fantastic inning of guys not getting out. And, against a pitching staff like this Bombers pitching staff, the Night Owls are going to have a difficult battle here in the 6th. But a leadoff walk is the way to start. It's going to bring up Logan Christie up with 1 on and nobody out.
Yeah, Barry definitely doing his part there, tacking a walk on to Mateo. Now they're only working with 1 walk left out of the 3 Fernandez brothers until they have to go to either Justin Grenier, who's probably the next option, as Logan's going to rope that one, but it's going to be right to the shortstop, and Trevor Bauer is going to turn the double play.
And as we talked about earlier in the game, how big of a momentum turn that could be on a big double play like that. It looks like Logan maybe hits the ball hard through the gap, and the Night Owls maybe have something in business here. And if Mateo risks walking out, this could be their inning. But Justin does a great job knocking that ball down, flipping it to Trevor, and Trevor making a really hard throw from second base into the center panel, and rally killed. Dakota up here with 2 out and nobody on with their last hope.
Yeah, and with Dakota here, it looks like he's developed into a patient hitter so far early in his PLW career. That's just a nasty pitch on the bottom pipe, 53 from Mateo. So there is potential here. Walk Mateo out, get to Grenier. Like we said, 7 runs.
It looked a lot better when it was the leadoff guy on, and then you had Logan up, maybe hitting a single, but.
Oh, and that's going to be a nice hit ball from Dakota.
Yeah, and I think that's Dakota's first career hit. I'm not positive. I don't know if he had one last week. I can't remember or not. He only got a handful of at-bats last week. Might have got a base hit last week. I can't remember for sure, but either way, that's an early hit in Dakota's career. Good for him.
That's what you want to see out of a rookie. He's going up the middle. He's not a dead pull hitter, which most people are coming into this league. So the ability to expand that range to all fields early on is going to really help this Night Owls team. Stalby's going to be patient there and take that one in the dirt. 2-1 count.
Mateo just looking to finish the job here against the Night Owls. Looking for a ball in play. Dalby fouls that one back. 2-2 now, 1 strike away.
Just misses that one.
Randy looking to get his night started with a hard hit ball late here in game 1, inning 6. None of those were the correct answer.
It's okay. We have our moments here, Kyle.
Logan, it was confirming that was Dakota's first PLW hit. Congratulations, Dakota Pickavit. First PLW hit, hard hit single off Mateo Fernandez up the middle. 2-2 still. So Randy Dalby here. And he fouls another one off. Good battle here between 2 great players. Mateo Fernandez on the mound, Randy Dalby at the plate. Randy looking for a pitch to drive. Takes that one inside.
I believe that was actually ball 4 as we were a little bit behind there in the count.
Yeah, and that's going to be a good job by Randy, forcing Mateo out of this game. And as you said, look, it's not over yet. Still a massive, massive uphill battle, but the Bombers are forced to go to their number 4 pitcher here in game number 1, and something that they probably did not want to do. Yes, it gives Justin some more opportunity for some PLW pitching experience, which is something that is absolutely valuable. It looks when they thought they were going to go to
Bauer.
Yeah, they're going to give Trevor the opportunity. Trevor's been working hard on his pitching, mostly some knuckleballs and screwballs out of Trevor. Good to see him getting an opportunity here. I know he's been itching for one. Tough to break into this Bombers pitching staff for sure.
Yeah, and not very common that a team's going to go through 4 pitchers and have an opportunity to blow a team out in a game. So definitely a unique situation we see ourselves in here, Kyle. I honestly think that it's a toss-up between Grenier and Bauer, both of them very capable 4th pitchers. Again, you never want to be in this spot, but it helps to be up 8-1 with 1 out to go. But Levi Lawrence is up to bat, so this could be an 8-4 game pretty quickly, as Levi has a ton of power, and Bauer is a strike thrower.
Yeah, I really kind of wish now, back to the Logan at bat, that ball got through. We'd have ourselves a really interesting situation here with the 4th pitcher up and the Night Owls having a chance to do some damage against the bullpen. But obviously, the Bombers just need 1 out. They need an easy strikeout or a pop-up or something just to put a pin in this one. But good job on the Night Owls. A little bit of momentum here. Maybe if they could do a little damage here in inning 6, and maybe, if they don't get the win, but if they can get 2, 3, 4 here, Levi goes deep or something, Night Owls can ride some momentum into game 2.
Levi is definitely trying to make this an 8-4 game with that swing.
As he should be. Just trying to hit the ball hard here.
Yeah, nothing to lose in this situation.
Trevor with a knuckleball there, 0-2. Know for a fact, Trevor's been working a lot on that knuckleball. He's confident in it. That's a hard spinner back at him. That gets through, but Hollis picks it up and steps on the bag. And that's going to be out number 3, and the Bombers take game 1, 8-1. This one, final score looks ugly. Looks like the Bombers dominated, but it wasn't the case. It was 1-1 for a while. Then it was 2-1 heading to the top of the 6th, and the Bombers got 6 runs in the top of the 6th. They really blew it open. They finally got to Randy Dalby, got a bunch of hard hit balls. And as you said early on, it was a matter of time before the Bombers kind of saw Randy 2 or 3 times and finally started to put the runs on the board.
Yeah, and the Bombers, not the kind of team you want to give up 6 runs in the 6th inning of the first game, as these guys really carry momentum well. They are great late-inning hitters, and they're going to look to carry this momentum into Game 2. We'll be right back with you guys in 15 seconds here, as we're going to go to a quick break.
Welcome back here to Hideaway Field. Game number 2 between the Bombers and the Night Owls about to get underway. Looks like we're going to have Jason Walker taking the hill in game number 2 for the Night Owls. I did write down here that Jason Walker needs 1 win in his career for 20 career wins. Only 12 guys have 20 career wins in PLW. He's been a guy who's been around since Season 1, owner of the first perfect game in PLW history, Season 1.
In the 5-man format.
In the 5-guy format. Yeah, I hate that we've started to make that asterisk. It kind of isn't much. It's not really much of a difference because we still only batted 5, so you still each batter still only gets 3 opportunities because now we bat 6. So it is about the same thing. Yes, honestly, it might even be more impressive because the better hitters, are there, but the fielders, there's so much more room in the field. So maybe a perfect game is even more impressive in the 5-inning format, just due to the fact that there's 1 extra fielder now to cover all that extra ground. And, it's really, really impressive feat to have any game like that on your resume.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you there. I mean, 5 batters, you're getting through the lineup a lot more often. Only 5 innings, but only 5 fielders, right? So I think you are defensively in a worse position, obviously, with 1 extra fielder now in the 6-man format. Regardless, a perfect game is a perfect game, and it's impressive either way, as we've only had 3 of them in the history of the PLW. Walker was a Sand Viper during that time period. I know he's been around the league, played for a handful of teams now, really found a home in the last season and a half with the Night Owls. They're going to really look for them to keep them in the game early here, as these Bombers are carrying over a 6-run inning from the end of the last game.
Yeah, Night Owls have to feel, even though they didn't score a run, they do have to feel a little bit of positive momentum possibly on their side. They had a couple of hard hit balls there in the last inning. Got to deeper into the Bombers pitching staff, and they're going to look to do the same thing here in game 2. It's the key to success for this Night Owls offense. They need to make all 3 Fernandez brothers work and try to get deeper into counts, deeper into their bullpen, because this Bombers pitching staff does a really good job of working deep in games, and they've had a lot of complete games. And if you don't really make this pitching staff work, they can make your night tough for sure. So we'll see how the Night Owls react this game.
Night Owls definitely a team that lives off of winning close games. 2-1, 1-0, 3-2 games. They're never going to wow you at the plate. Don't get me wrong, they have the capability to score a bunch, but they just tend to find themselves in a lot of those very, very close games, and they often come out on top. Bombers is a little bit of a different story. Whenever it's close early on, if they don't break it open, it tends to lose a little bit of momentum, but they do score in bunches when they score, and they really carry it with them the rest of the series. So I think that 8-1 win is really crucial for them early on in this series, and they're going to look to keep that going and tack on another 5-6 runs a game here and take home this series.
Yeah, you gotta have kind of the edge to the Bombers right now in the series, mostly just due to the fact that Randy Dalby did pitch all 6 innings in game 1 in a loss. Not the start the Night Owls were looking for tonight. But here we go. Game number 2, Jason Walker on the hill to face Alex Fernandez. And he takes ball 1 inside.
Yeah, Walker going to feature that nasty curveball that often looks like it's going to be behind your back, ends up tinking inside zone. He's got great command of that throughout the years.
What's up, J-Dub? Good to see you in the chat. As Alex rolls one over to Sean Merciel, steps forward, makes a hard throw to the backstop for the first out. That's going to bring up Mateo Fernandez.
Yeah, it looks like we've got who will win game 2. Looks like the Night Owls are a 1.5 run dog in this game. I like that price, Cal, because, like we said, that storyline isn't indicative of the final score. That was a 1-1 game for 4.5 innings.
Yeah, for sure. It was not. It was an 8-1 game on paper, the final score, but it was not an 8-1 played game. It was 1-0, 1-1. It was 2-1. It was very close to the final 2 innings. That could have gone either way, and it was just the Bombers doing a good job of blowing that one open in the top of the 6th and taking that game for themselves.
So Mateo's going to work the count full here early on Jason Walker. This is going to be key for Walker to get out of these kinds of situations early.
And he goes to the old reliable, slow breaking ball there. Mateo had to be expecting it, but he was just a little early on that. Full count here again to Mateo. Fouls that one back.
Mateo definitely getting the pitches that he's expecting to see here in a full count. Just a matter of getting a hold of one, squaring one up, as he's going to go down swinging.
Nice job by Walker. Normally it's advantage batter in those situations when the count gets deeper and the batter has seen a few different pitches. But good job by Walker. Mixing it up against Mateo, getting him to chase that one in the dirt. Brings up Justin Grenier. Nobody on, 2 out here at the top of the 1st. Justin swings at that one, hits it off the end of the bat, and that is going to get out of here with that win. It's 1-0 Bombers, top of the 1st. And Justin Grenier showing us exactly what he's capable of here in the 1st inning.
Yeah, that's more of what we saw out of early Grenier. Opposite field with power. 5 home runs his first series. I believe all 5 of them went that direction. So falling right in line with what we expect out of this guy. Tons of talent. I believe he's got a brother in the Major League farm system.
I think I've heard that as well, yeah.
For the Baltimore Orioles. So definitely an abundance of talent in that family. Grenier, no slouch himself here, that being Justin. As he gets the game started with a home run for the Bombers.
Yeah, really impressive.
As
Opposite
Trevor
field
follows
power.
it up.
1 pitch later, Trevor Bauer doing what he does and hits a line drive home run over the container and left. And 2 pitches, 2 home runs for the Bombers. And it's 2-0 here in the top of the 1st.
And this is what I was talking about with Kyle. With these Bombers, they heat up and then they carry that momentum for the rest of the series. So if the Night Owls want to win a game in this series, they need to find a way to bring them back down to earth, because these guys are definitely high flyers when they've got it going, when they're feeling themselves, when they got the swagger about them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team, there's a few teams like that right now in the league. The Vaders are another team that come to mind where they kind of win the emotional battle as well. They get loud on the sidelines. When a couple of big hits, all of a sudden you just hear the explosion of noise from the bench. And the Bombers ride off that similar momentum as the Vaders do. 2 big home runs there, and the Bombers have to be feeling themselves here.
Yeah, and like you said, there is definitely an emotional battle in wiffle ball. You know, it's a very tight quarters, very small fields. That's filthy from
Max
Jason Walker.
ducked out of the way of that one, and that one hit the zone, no problem. Not even the pipe, just hit the tin. Max thought it was going to hit his head, but nope. Strike 2. Walker tried to do the same thing, but hits him in the backside. And we go full here. Full count. And Walker gets him to chase.
Pull the string on him there to end the inning.
Ball. And that's only the 2nd out. Oh, that is 3. Excuse me. Ground out,
Strikeout,
strikeout, home run,
strikeout.
That is 3.
And that's kind of the story, too, of Walker's pitching career at times, just like we read it off there. Strikeout, home run, strikeout. He's one or the other.
Yeah, it's kind of what happens when if it's just missing spots, right? Mm-hmm. Pitchers are trying to hit their locations, and against these really good hitters, if they just happen to miss their location, they're going to get punished, and that's when, against a really good hitting team, that's what is going to happen. And it looks like we have a surprising start here for Game 2, as Justin Grenier is going to get the ball. Has a handful of innings, PLW experience, but you really would have expected to seen either Max or Mateo start this, Alex or Mateo start this game after Max started Game 1. But Justin is going to get the nod here, and maybe, you know, They were going to get him some work in the 6th inning last game, but didn't have the opportunity to, and maybe just looking to get him some work here. We'll see. Maybe he has a short leash with the other guys behind him. So,
Yeah, and I don't mind this play either, considering the fact that the Night Owls just saw all three Fernandez brothers. Typically, the three starters every Bombers series. You just won 8-1. You're up 2-0 early. Let's mix it up. Maybe they're going with more of an opener approach. Maybe he's got a shorter leash. You don't know what's going through Alex Fernandez's head. Definitely a very cerebral manager when it comes to these types of situations. I have a feeling if things get tight, we're going to see Alex in very quickly. But I do like this strategy from him, as the Fernandez brothers have pitched a ton in this league.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in just seeing somebody different on the mound. I do think as PLW continues to progress, we're going to see a lot fewer complete games, as you're going to want to see pitching staff start to mix up, because once a hitters have seen a pitcher 1 or 2 or 3 times, they obviously see them better than they did the first time. So I think you're going to start to see a lot of teams mix in their pitchers. Just even if somebody is pitching well, then they might start to mix it up and go to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys have 5, 6, 7 pitches in the bag, but maybe only able to consistently throw 2 or 3 of them for strikes. And hitters will key into that over the seasons. So maybe we end up even seeing more relief-type roles in this league as we can continue to develop in this league.
Yeah, as Randy goes down swinging there for the first out. Yeah, I would expect to see that a lot. I would expect to see some shorter outings, and maybe you see one guy go 1 inning, then 2, and then 2, and then 1. And you get 4 guys to finish a game, and if they all come in and they have different looks and they're all nasty, that sounds like a recipe just for success for me.
Yeah, I mean, wiffle ball is very short lineups. There is a lot of different looks that you can get with the spin of the ball, but most of the pitches end up coming in the same when it comes to a hitter's perspective. So, yeah, just mixing up the release angles from the pitchers, going lefty, righty, lefty. Just these little tricks that you can play with your really deep bullpen can give you a lot of options. Is Levi going to rope that one?
Oh, and an incredible catch by Alex Fernandez in center field. Lays all the way out to his left, robs Levi Lawrence of an extra base hit. Web gem easily. Alex Fernandez, amazing play in center field.
Yeah, and another reason to not have Alex on the mound right now. He's one of the only guys in the league that can make that kind of play in the outfield. Just an absolute all-around athlete. I mean, just a handful of weeks ago when Logan was still a Warbird, he went out one-handed, probably 44-inch vertical, and knocked it down to rob Logan of that one-handed hit.
I do remember that happening.
He's standing no more than 5'6" out there, but he moves like he's 6'4".
I think it's probably 5'7", but yeah. Maybe you're right, actually.
I'm not a big guy myself.
And you
at
tower over
5'8",
Alex.
so
2-2 here to Sean Merciel. Sean gets that one off the fist. Back to Justin. He's going to throw that one to the backstop. It ends up being a 1-2-3 inning for the Bombers, despite Levi hitting that one really hard to center field. And all the momentum on the Bombers' side right now.
And you can feel it, Kyle. Like we said, that emotional battle. Bombers definitely winning in that department right now. It's a huge part of the game out here at Hideaway Field. As like I was saying earlier, small fields, very close dugouts. You can feel the momentum shifting, even as a spectator, an umpire, a commentator. It exists out here.
100%. 413 viewers hanging out with us on Twitch tonight. Thank you very much for hanging out. Kyle Lohman here, Chris Warfield on the color tonight. If you're over there hanging out on TikTok, you're only seeing one camera angle. Head to that link that you see on the field and in the bio. Over to Twitch, bet your wiffle ball points, see your 3 camera angles, the scoreboard, our beautiful faces. Come on over to Twitch, watch PLW, how it was supposed to be watched.
Yeah, come on, guys. Get on over here. Twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. We got all the things that you could ever want here. We've got giveaways. We've got polls. You can bet wiffle ball points that help you buy things. You can buy Stein's left shoe, for God's sakes.
That is true. I believe we have an autographed trench hat for sale in the Wiffle Point store right now. And honestly, very surprised that that hasn't been scooped up yet. That's going to be a relic.
And I believe I owe you a signed Warbirds jersey, so you need to make sure you remind me tomorrow
yes, please do.
To bring that and get that signed. Is whoever claimed that definitely deserves all signatures on that jersey, and we will have a team in full attendance tomorrow.
Yeah, please sign it. We'll get that out ASAP. And Hollis checks his swing there. Appeal down to first base umpire Chad
and
Phillips.
A free sample of Buck's jerky is the hot news off the press from our umpire up here with us, Buck Burner, fresh back from Panama, getting the jerky rolling again. I know a lot of us in the league are excited about that.
Full count here to Hollis Hale. He fights one off, and that's going to go foul. Good at bat here by Hollis to lead off the second inning. We didn't quite get a lineup card, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not Al is batting in the 7th hole, and it does look like he has a bat in hand.
He's holding onto a bat.
So they
I
are
don't
gonna
think
go,
he's going to yank his father figure in this position.
Yeah, they are going to go 7 again this game. It hurt them, so to speak, for a little bit last game, but they managed to explode in the 6th inning, and maybe showing the league it's okay to bat 7 guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of batting 7 guys, as he's going to instantly just...
That's why he's in the lineup, Chris, to
Prove
hit balls
me
like that.
wrong.
Big Al,
Instantly.
2-run bomb over the left field container, and it's 4-0 Bombers. And that's why they hit 7
And
guys,
that's why you hit
Chris,
7.
because they have 7 guys that can hit the ball just as far as anybody else in this league. And they want to give all of them opportunity to do so. Big Al showing us the Bombers bomb there. My favorite.
I mean,
maybe
they're
my
called the
second
Bombers
favorite.
for the reason, Kyle. I mean, all 7 guys in this lineup can hit absolute bombs.
And they're going to make a pitching change here.
We're going to Levi early in the 2nd inning here. Yeah, I mean, Kyle, it doesn't work for everybody. Definitely seems to work for this Bombers lineup, as they do it quite often. I know the Snappers do it pretty often in the latter games, 2nd and 3rd games. They try to mix in 7 or 8 guys. I do know the one time I did it, I got it all the way to 9 guys against the Stonemen early on in Season 2, and I'll never do that again.
Will be interesting to see if we end up with a number more than 9 in the batting lineup at some point. It'll be fun.
Do we allow
to
it,
see.
Kyle?
I think so, sure.
Oh,
You can
we
bet all
should.
the way up to 12, I believe. Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
the abuse.
Is he out of his mind?
This is a fast track being out of this league.
Look,
right
Kirby
here.
is a little bit of a... He's a little cocky for being that close to Levi after the Night Owls are down 4-0, but...
Kirby's a legend. He hasn't been around long, but he's already a legend in this league. He has senior authority over almost all players in this league, so that is just disrespectful.
I agree.
And look at how they're treating him. You think you can just carry him around like that?
Wow. We might have to have a board meeting to discuss the...
There might be some sanctions coming down here.
Yeah, and
on the abuse
this-
of Kirby Bucket.
This might be the biggest violation we've seen yet. So, but here we go, back to the game. Levi Lawrence in the game now as he takes a lot off that pitch, 43-mile-an-hour breaking ball to Alex Fernandez, who managed to foul it off. 0-2 to Alex. Quick start by Walker there. Only 1+ innings.
And here comes
Gives up
the
4
triple
runs.
leg pump from Levi.
That one misses away. You know, I most of the guys in the league, anytime they do something different from their normal windup, you kind of want to lay off the pitch because it's hard to expect them to be able to replicate their ability to throw strike. But for whatever reason, when he does that multiple leg kick thing, he actually does a really good job of throwing strikes. And this ball is going to come back fair, and Merciel does a great job charging it and throwing him out, and Levi's fired up for his defense. Great play all around there by Sean Merciel, being heads up to recognize that that ball might come in fair, and then does a nice one-handed job picking that up and throwing to the backstop for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I want to say Levi, probably the creator of these unique pitches. I mean, first guy to do the triple leg pump, first guy to do the old walk off the mound to the side kind of deal.
Yeah, what Mateo rocks all the time now.
Yeah, definitely the founder of those kind of moves.
2-1
Here it
hit
is,
of Mateo. Yeah.
2 pumps is okay, Kyle. 3 is a little bit too much.
4 is just ridiculous. So
Four-
that one
4 is
misses
over the
inside.
top.
Yeah, it's just what are you doing out there? 3-1 here to Mateo. He's got to come into him. And he misses with that slow breaking ball. Probably in the wind tonight, that ball has really got no chance to float back into the zone. The wind's just going to kind of take it and not really give it a chance to even get to the plate. Mateo lays off of it.
And when he throws a pitch like that, he's really trying to paint the outside corner. So if it hangs up out there, there's no chance it's going to break back for him.
Grenier stares at strike number 1.
Bucket's lives matter. No lack of creativity from our Twitch chat here, as we are located in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, probably about the only place in the world where you can do something like this. And
What a place. And Grenier with a hard hit ball the other way again, but Dakota does a nice job wrangling that one in.
for the second out of the inning here.
Justin looked like he was maybe going to have another opposite field shot. But Dakota doing a nice job taking that one away from him.
Yeah, Grenier looking to be back in form as well, poking the ball the opposite way a lot. This Bombers lineup is going to be very, very scary here down the stretch if all 7 guys are hitting like they are tonight.
Yeah, Justin Grenier, a welcome addition to this Bombers lineup, which is already dangerous.
Trevor's going to go down looking for that one.
Levi did a... He was...
Uh-oh.
Boy. Levi did a... Oh, boy.
Somebody hit something?
Uh-oh.
We've experienced a loss of power.
Yeah, I don't think we're...
Everything plugged in.
Hey,
Anybody trip over a wire over there?
what's that? Did you guys step on a cord or anything? Nope.
See if that's plugged in there.
Where?
Right there. That seems a little wild. Yeah, we're back, folks. No worries. Little power blip, little scare, but you haven't missed any action as the players decided to do us a favor and hold up a second. And we are here in the bottom of the second. Barry Hutter going to lead off 4-0 Bombers. Bottom of the second, nobody out. And Barry swings and misses at a ball inside. Falls behind 0-2 here against Justin Grenier. Had a 1-2-3 first inning.
Yeah, a little bit of a blip on our solar panel there as Grenier going to deliver it down the middle just hot. Sometimes, we lose the sun here out in Las Vegas, even though it's beautiful 365 days out of the year. We had a little blip.
That's right. We'll get that scoreboard updated momentarily. It's 2-2 now. Bottom 2. Nobody on, nobody out. Barry Hutter at the plate. Takes ball away. A full count here.
Way to work himself into a hitter's count as he was down 0-2 early.
A hard hit ball to the sure-handed Hollis Hailing. Does a great job taking one large crow hop forward and throwing the ball to the backstop. Fundamental play over there on third. One crow hop and throw. Now he knows what he's doing over there.
As
Logan Christie. Well, he's taking one crow hop and,
That is legal, folks.
It is
might
legal.
look a little ridiculous, but it is legal.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to see is He's definitely making the head umpire hear that he has been practicing this. A little bit of banter there back and forth. So it looks like we have a third umpire tonight as well. Shane Weber down the third base line, as that's going to be up in the air. Uh-oh.
Oh, Mateo does a
good
great
catch.
job staying with that. Thought that ball might leave the yard for a second. That ball got up there in that tier 2 wins, as we say, off the bat of Dakota. But went off the hands of Mateo, and he does a nice job staying with it, securing the third out. And another quick 1-2-3 inning here for the Night Owls.
Just like that, 6 up, 6 down for Grenier, looking like a really sharp decision from Alex Fernandez to give him the start here in Game 2, as nobody's really been close so far.
Yeah, if this guy can eat up some innings tonight and put a great start like this for them, they're looking at a big chance for a big night for the Bombers, giving them so much flexibility with anything they really want to do. It's great.
It looks like there's a little bit of friendly banter going back and forth between Levi and Hollis here.
Yeah, these guys have known each other for a solid year or so now, at least. Levi Lawrence going to go back to work here in the second inning. Looking to keep the Bombers at bay. Something that has not been done these last 2 innings.
No, not once they find their momentum, which they really have in the last 3 innings of play.
Yeah, they've scored
6
10 runs in
inning
3
trailing.
innings. They've been done a lot of damage in the last 3 innings.
That's a great pitch from Levi to start the at bat with Max.
It's interesting. You did that grunt, which when you first see it, you think, oh, he must be trying to throw it as hard as he can. But a lot of times when somebody does that grunt,
It's more of a distractionary technique than it is
Exactly.
anything else, as these guys have no problem throwing the ball 52 miles an hour.
Max takes that ball away. 1-2 now here. It's Max Fernandez, who had his 11-game hitting streak snapped after an 0-for in Game 1.
So Max going to hold off that one just high and away. 2-2.
Good job of battle back here from 0-2 to 2-2. Max looking for a strike now. Looking to hit it hard.
1, 2,
Impressive balance when
3.
he does this.
and the delivery.
Not
Way
even
outside.
close. A lot of times he does a good job of throwing strikes when he does that, but there's got to be something to be said about throwing off your timing there, and it seems unnecessary.
Yeah, I think when he gets to 3 pumps is really when he's completely just lost the timing, as he walks Max to start the inning. And I believe, is that his second walk? I want to say that's his second walk.
Yeah, I believe so. Walker was pulled after the second home run to Trevor, I believe. Oh, no, the Big Al home run he was pulled after. And then,
to make it 4-0.
yeah, and then he walked Mateo last inning, and he walked Max here to start the third inning.
It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a meeting here with the Night Owls. It's still early. They're going to try to decide who to go to. Do you preserve Dalby's innings and put in somebody like a Hutter, like a Dave Seifert?
Yeah, you can't go to Randy here. You have to conserve his innings for when you're tied or leading, and being down, or if the game was 1-0, maybe you could consider going in for Randy. But down 4-1 right now, you need somebody else the rest of this night to get outs. And Walker's out of this game, Levi's out of this game. That's going to bring in Dave Seifert here. Got some PLW innings under his belt. Very capable pitcher, and a guy who the Night Owls are going to look for here to get some outs for them in Game 2, keep them in this game.
Yeah, Dave's worked really, really hard to maintain this type of role in the PLW. I mean, this guy comes out here, he pitches for an hour just about every series, gets some tee work in. I mean, he's definitely one of the hardest hustlers in this league. Puts a lot of effort in. He's a crucial role for a lot of these teams. I hated giving him up on the Warbirds, but we just didn't have space for that kind of guy with the amount of pitchers we have. But he really fills that spot. Great attitude. Knows his role. Knows he's probably not going to start games, but knows he's going to be needed in situations like this very often.
Yeah, fantastic bench guy to have on your team. I saw him out there in the bullpen pregame working on some pitches. You know, he's a hard worker, and he's looking to get an opportunity here in PLW, and, you know, he's got one here for the Night Owls, and let's see what he's got.
Yeah, and I know Nick DeVille is happy to have him back home as he was a night out for the longest time. He's really figured out how to control his speeds very well. Can gas a guy up to 65, 66, and then bring it down to 40.
Yeah, he does a good job mixing up speeds. He kind of lives and dies with every pitch, and he's a fun guy to watch pitch. See what he's got here in game 2.
Yeah, definitely puts everything into every pitch.
Stick Boyski saying, can we get a girl bucket for Kirby? I feel like we need a romantic story arc during blowouts like these. I wouldn't call 4-0 a blowout quite yet. And that ball looks... Wow. Dave thankful that he touched that one in foul territory as he threw it towards the backstop and airmailed that throw. Says good call.
That is
Chad.
a government bailout there from the umpire. That was definitely a close call.
Sure was. Gets ahead of Hollis Hale here, 0-2 though. He's got all his options. Goes hot inside, 68 as we
like
see.
I said, can bring him up with the heat, and I bet you he's going to slow him down here with the 48.
He's calling 48. I'm going to call a little faster than that. Gets Hollis off the arm. He's going to go 2-2 here.
My massive forearms, or my massive biceps.
You can hear that wind picking up a little bit in the background, as it's kind of been in play all night, but hasn't necessarily been as aggressive as the first couple series so far this week. Hasn't really played much of a factor in it. And a couple balls caught that Tier 2 win, but some of these were just obvious home runs.
And there's an obvious home run by Hollis Hale. Season 1, home run king, doing his thing.
That's home run number 3 on the night.
3 on the night for Hollis Hale.
Keeping that hitting streak alive. That's 13 straight games with a hit, as I believe Max ended his last game.
It sure is. That's going to move Hollis to 13 consecutive games with a hit. Now back-to-back at least with a home run. And it's 5-0 Bombers here. Dave Seifert, unfortunately for him, his first batter that he had to face. Battle tough against him. And then managed to hit the ball out of the park.
And that's going to be 6-0 Bombers. As Big Al takes a big man hack at strike 1 there from Dave Seifert.
That was a 2-run shot as Max was on base with that walk that forced Levi Lawrence out of the game.
Dave bringing the 61. Doesn't have a ton of control when he brings the fastball, but the capability to do that out of a guy who has not pitched very much outside of wiffle ball is very impressive.
You don't necessarily need a ton of control when you throw hotter. You're not really trying to get a swing. Obviously, you don't necessarily need it to be in the zone, at least, so to speak. You're trying to get swings for sure. But
yeah, a lot of these baseball guys like to see the hotter pitches. They're very familiar with it. It looks more natural to them almost, as guys like, I remember Gish when they're in season 1, I think he ended up swinging in a 3-1 count at an 88-mile-an-hour fastball, and he fouled it off.
Wow. Full count here to Big Al. He fights that one off. That was kind of a trivia question. I've always wondered what the fastest pitch someone has swung at so far in PLW, and I think you just answered it. 88. Yeah. I haven't seen anybody swing at one really much over 70, but that answers it for sure. Full count here to Big Al. Does another good job following that one off. As we usually say, advantage batter when we get deeper in the count here, as they've seen a few pitches in a row from a pitcher, and you know the pitcher's not really sure what they can do.
Wow, as Big Al holds there. Up.
We have a new poll up. Punishment for purposely kicking Kirby bucket. 1 series ban, 1 season ban, 1 game ban, or lifetime ban from PLW. Running away with it. Good to see everybody defending Kirby.
I don't really see it on the poll, Kyle, but I actually support fining. I think we should fine these guys for it.
Sure.
I mean, those are damages delivered to a very precious
damages, physical damages.
There's maintenance.
Yeah, there's maintenance involved. As Kirby does need oil changes, does need new rims on those tires.
No oil changes. He is electric. New rims and tires, though.
Kyle, let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah. No oil changes needed, but rims and tires for sure. 2-2 here to Alex.
Yeah, let's find these guys. Let's really make them feel the pain of what it's like to treat Kirby like that. Tax them, and then if they don't have a subscription to the stream, an extra fine just for that.
Oh, yeah. And Alex rolls one over to Barry Hutter. That's going to be a fair ball. Flips it over to Levi Lawrence. Makes a hard throw, but that
sails
that one over the backstop. And Alex is going to end up on second base. Big Al's retired at second for the first out of the inning. With the Bombers with another runner in scoring position here, already up 6-0.
Yeah, and Jay Wilson kind of quickly highlighting there. Fastest ball ever thrown, 108 by Christian Santillanes. I believe he may have hit 109 that night as well,
Crazy.
Wilson. With the running crow hop and throw. Very, very nasty stuff as that's going to be
Mateo, hard hit line drive over the head of Randy Dalby in left field, off the container for a one-out triple. And that's going to score brother Alex from second, and the Bombers are up 7-0 here. Looking to maybe get a few more and end this game early if they can get up to 10 and then get out of it. I know they have that in the back of their mind.
Yeah, and they have to be feeling good about themselves down that third base dugout line. They know the Night Owls aren't known for coming back 7-8 runs in any given game, so they're really happy with the way they're playing early in Game 2. 13 runs by the Bombers in the last 3+ innings. Ooh, yes, Grenier does a nice job waiting back on that one and following it off. Levi kicked Kirby, unfortunately. I feel like that's happened multiple times with Levi around. I believe it happened last time I was up in the booth.
He's got a little thing with Kirby. Not really sure what their history beef is, but it's certainly something.
Might be a love-hate relationship, kind of like, when you're in middle school and the number one sign of showing affection for somebody else is to, insult them, hurt them. Maybe he's got that kind of relationship with Kirby Bucket.
Maybe you're onto something there. There's a full count here to Justin Grenier. And he hits a ball hard, straight at Logan Christie in center field.
Not even going to try it. Logan can't throw the ball anywhere.
Right, can't really throw the ball. And he was extremely deep in center field anyway. And with the wind blowing out, even the best arm in the league is not going to throw out a hustling Mateo from third. Good heads-up play by Mateo to add on yet another run. 8-0 Bombers. Bases clear, 2 outs here, top 3.
And just 2 runs away from a potentially dreaded 10-run rule here. And Bauer hits another hard ball foul down the right side.
67-mile-an-hour pitch he swung at there. Trevor going up there with intentions of pretty much swinging at anything close to the zone, looking to do damage.
J-Dub. Ooh, Seifert with the 74. Coming after Trevor Bauer there.
Hey, look, if you swing at 67, you might as well try to swing at 74. Try again. Yep. 60. Hits the outside pipe. Dave, for some reason, threw it hard and then thought it might not have been hard. 2-2.
Yeah, Dave sometimes not realizing how powerful of an arm he has out there. I've seen him have that reaction a couple times on a hot one.
Bombers won game 1, 8-1. It was a lot closer than that, though. It was 2-1 heading to the top of the 6th, and they jumped on Randy Dalby in the top of the 6th for 6 runs. 8-1 game 1, and now we have 8-0 here, Bombers. Game 2, top 3.
Yeah, game 2 really playing true to form, playing like an 8-0 game versus the game prior to this. Although it fell 8-1, like you said, didn't look like an 8-1 game for most of the series.
Yeah, Bombers looking a lot different than they looked a couple weeks ago. Their last series that they played dropped 2 out of 3 to the Lightning, and looking to avenge that loss with a big series win of their own. Dave knocks back.
Sean.
That was an interesting play. So we had a comebacker to Dave Seifert. Kind of deflected off his hand. He ended up on his bottom. Had a chance to maybe make this play. Sean Merciel came in to try to clean it up. Didn't quite have the opportunity to get there in time. And that's going to be a base hit for Trevor. I mean, it was kind of a routine comebacker, but Dave did a good job knocking it down. I think you got to give him an error there on that. Probably an error. What do you guys think? Hitter error on that play.
I'm going to go with error. I mean, that's a tough play.
What do you guys think in the chat?
For Dave to make, but I think if Dave wasn't flopping like a fish out there, Sean had a pretty good chance of making that play. Not saying the error is on Sean per se, I just think it's a general error.
Yeah, definitely not on Sean. But by the time he got to the ball, he did the best he could to make that play. But
Max going to take a big hack.
Yeah, Max looking to do damage there. Matax, that's the combination of Mateo and Max.
Oh, yeah, you're thinking about your taxes, tax filing, deadline due.
Metallics, that's the
Metallics?
That's all 3.
Think they listen to Metallica?
They probably not actually. Do people?
No.
I don't think anybody misses the Metallica anymore.
I think that band stopped touring before they were
No
born.
way. No, they were just here like last year or even earlier this year, I think. No, they played.
But were they really here, Kyle?
Yeah, they played Allegiant.
That's going to end the inning.
Max goes down swinging, a little frustrated tonight, not quite his normal self. But nevertheless, the Bombers do have a big lead here, 8-0 heading to the bottom of the third. Night Owls looking to do something to get some momentum going. They've only scored 1 run through 8 innings here so far tonight. They've lost 6 straight now. They're reeling. They have their guy Randy Dalby here, but just not quite delivering.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's an end in sight for that right now, too, Kyle. Is Justin looking pretty dominant to start this game?
Very dominant.
Down 8 runs. As there's a little weasel up in the booth right now. It just got nipped by something.
Careful.
What was that? That was weird. It just got attacked.
Yeah, it's nice to get, you take a chance on starting your maybe 4th or 5th starter in Justin Grenier here and to put up 8 runs on the board for him and give him a lot of breathing room for him to work with. Even if he gives up a couple of home runs here and it becomes 8-2, 8-3, big deal. 5-6 run lead is still a ton, and you can really let Justin work here and get comfortable in the PLW.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a perfect situation to really develop a handful of pitches here. Like you said, comfortable 8-0 lead, 8-1, 8-2, even 8-3 or 8-4. It's not going to hurt you. Just really be loose out there and experiment with your pitches. This is a perfect time to learn.
There goes Randy.
Crap.
He was waiting for that pitch all night, got a pitch down the middle, and just hit a ball over the Hollis tree in left center.
I think that ball was hit 200 yards if that tree was not in the way.
Exclamation point home run there. Measuring tape home run, however you want to call it, by Randy Dalby. The Night Owls are on the board here in Game 2.
God.
Long way to go. Need a few more like that.
I said comfortable. I said loose. I didn't mean that.
There goes the no-hitter. There goes the perfect game with an absolute monstrous home run.
It stops at 6 up, 6 down as
By
Dalby
Randy Dalby.
deposits that over the Hollis tree. As Levi's going to go around there.
Levi looking to do the same thing on his first pitch, but swung and missed. Your favorite PLW villain. Levi running away with it.
Yeah, Levi beating Levi.
We were the only 2 options on the poll. There's definitely some more PLW villains, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to throw Couts in there.
Sure.
Staple loves to chirp at people.
Even you at times.
I get a little rowdy.
I mean, you were hanging out on the container a couple weeks ago. Fans were not happy with you then.
Yeah, people weren't thrilled with me. I didn't quite get the comments I expected out of that one. Yeah, I like to mix it up a little bit. I don't think I'm any type of villain. I think you got to be on a winning team to be a villain,
Probably. You have to, a little hate us because they ain't us kind of situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could slide in Chen's kind of a secret villain. He's not necessarily very vocal, but he gives off that bad guy
quiet
vibe. He's
more
quiet. He goes out there and he beats you. And he's going to let you...
Oh, as Hollis snags that line drive from Levi out of the air. Check his hand for Stickum. What a play here by Hollis Hale. Line drive looks to be right up the middle. And Hollis Hale right where he's supposed to be, ranging to his left, sticks that paw out and snags that one. Great play by Hollis. Shane Weber, third base umpire over there, checking Hollis's Hale hand for some illegal substances.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we're dogging Levi for being probably the favorite villain of PLW, I don't think he deserved to be done like that. That was a nice piece of hit, and then Hollis just made an even better defensive play.
No, he absolutely deserves a base hit for that, and Hollis takes it away. Somebody's saying Levi looks like Chum-Lee.
Chum-Lee.
I can see that.
I buy that, yeah. I mean, you could tack a couple more pounds onto the guy, and you never know what you get. Yeah, Hollis kind of a sneaky villain as well. I know there's been some controversy with the whole 2 crow hop, 1 crow hop thing that he loves to feed off of. Definitely a vocal guy.
Delahante saying Adam Tanek villain.
Yeah, I think he tries to be that guy.
Oh, and a nice breaking ball there by Justin Grenier. Late breaking ball. Sean Merciel had wanted nothing to do with that pitch. Thought this was definitely going to be an inside pitch. And some late Jason Walker-esque break on that one. As you drop a foul pop-up back
that ball was
the booth.
spinning like crazy, Kyle.
That's why you got to use 2 hands, man. Fundamentals.
Yeah.
Nobody on with 2 outs here for Barry Hutter. Justin
Barry's
Grenier
gonna
really
love that
looked
one.
very good this game. His only blemish is that monstrous solo shot to lead this inning by Randy Dalby. Besides that, he's looked very comfortable up there on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, you take away Randy Dalby from this series, and that's wow.
Hard hit ball off Hollis' hands. Tried to knock that down let one of his other infielders make the play, but unfortunately that was deflected into left field. Hard hit, base hit by Barry Hutter here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and I thought we were going to see another incredible infield play. It was a great block from Hollis as I was roped.
Yeah, possibly saved a double there. I mean, Mateo probably would have had a good chance to save that one before the wall, but it was hit so hard he might not have the opportunity. So
Is Logan going to rope one right back at Hollis?
And Alex does a good job picking up the trash there. Hollis knocks it down. Alex Fernandez picks that up. Trevor Bauer does a good job scampering over to second base to cover the bag. And Logan Chrissy is retired here. Another hard hit ball by Logan. He's looking to feel a little healthy. I mean, wait till he gets 100%, and he's going to be... Maybe people kind of forget about him because they haven't seen him at all this year, but he is a 3-way player in this league also. Can hit the ball to all fields, hit the ball hard, plays great defense, and he pitches as well. I mean, this is a guy who the Night Owls are banking on to be one of their centerpieces for the future. It doesn't look like that right now because he's coming off the injury, but when he's healthy, Logan Christie may be the new face of the Night Owls.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the look we were looking to take with banking on him as being one of the future guys on the Warbirds when we traded for him. Obviously, we just dealt him and Sean and a draft pick to the Night Owls. For all intents and purposes, the Night Owls gave up a franchise player to get him. So I think there's a lot of weight on his shoulders right now. I know he's very excited to be back. I'm really happy to see him back. And I was just about to say that before you started to say that, is he hit that ball really hard. Regardless of the outcome, that's what you like to see as a manager and owner out of a guy coming fresh off of a major surgery. It's the fact that he's already bringing that kind of power, and he's not even a series in yet.
Yeah, results will come. You continue to have at-bats like that, squaring up the ball, and yes, that ball went off the hands of the third baseman, but you continue to do things like that during at-bats. You hit the ball hard, and those results will absolutely come, especially as Logan starts to get fully healthy.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to bring for this squad. I know he has been talking a lot about how excited he is to just be out here again and swinging the bat. This is going to bring up Hollis Hale to lead off the 4th inning. And that's going to be a hard hit ball.
Randy does a good job keeping that one in front of the wall. But Hollis with another hit tonight. Really looking like season 1 Hollis Hale. Glad to see it. He was a guy who fell off just a little bit last 2 seasons. Season 2 wasn't here as much. Season 3 wasn't the same thing, wasn't quite the same guy. But this season 4 Hollis Hale looks like season 1 Hollis Hale, and that guy led the league in home runs, and he is a threat.
It looks like they're adding Lonell Simmons to the 8-hole here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, good to see Lonell getting in that bat here, as he should be.
Yeah, just had his first career home run off of, who was that? Just the other week.
Off Chad? I think
Was it off Chad?
It was in the Lightning game.
It was a
for
Lightning
sure.
game. I thought Chad gave one to Shirley.
Chad gave one up to Shirley and Lalo.
Oh, Cypher.
Dave. I think Dave
Dave.
gave one up to Lalo. Yeah, here we go. Possible revenge or possible deja vu.
Hard hit ball through
Hard
the
hit
hole.
ball the left side by Lonell Simmons. First and second, 1 out here. The Bombers are looking to get to that 10-run lead if possible. Brings up the top of the order. Alex Fernandez here.
Looks like we have a new poll up in the chat. Who is your favorite PLW nice guy? Kyle Lohman, Tom Gannon, Trench Picone, Andrew Leday, Jim Dodos.
I got to vote for Tom Gannon. I don't even know if I consider myself a nice guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, the more people that get to know you, Kyle.
Yeah. I mean, Tom,
As you
though,
hear
he's
Tom get a
always,
chuckle.
I mean, you have to kind of always be in a good mood to be one of those nice guys. And there's plenty of days where I'm not in as good a mood as others. Tom, though, always in the best of moods, always just happy to be out here playing whiffs, as we all are, really.
I think he's living the dream, man. I mean, dude is literally getting compensated to play wiffle ball. How much better could it get?
Tough to beat it. Alex Fernandez
Although I
takes
have
that one
seen
low.
a slightly malicious side of Tom at times.
Oh.
Little couple hot cocos in him. Gets a little vocal, you know, still a nice guy 99.9% of the time.
Maybe a little
but
cocky at times.
little cocky at times, but he's...
Alex Fernandez going down to get that one. That's going to be a high fly ball to Dakota in right. That ball just missed getting out of here with the wind kind of blowing that one out. Alex Fernandez not exactly known for his home run power, but obviously capable.
Yeah,
Just
definitely
missed
gave that one a chance to get out of here.
Brings up Mateo Fernandez with 2 on and 2 out. He's looking to hit the ball to the wall, clear the bases to get them to that 10-run number. They need 11, essentially. Because the Night Owls did get that one.
3-run jack here puts them into that type of
He
position.
just missed that one. Sean Merciel under it, but drops it. They'll have a chance to make a play in the infield, but unable to do so. And it's going to be bases loaded, 2 outs for Justin here. Can't give these teams extra outs. Those usually cost you here in PLW. Let's see if the Bombers take advantage of that extra one.
It looks like Tom Gannon is running away with the PLW nice guy pull.
Yeah, hard to not love Tommy G. Tommy Rollovers, as we call him.
It's going to be bases loaded for Justin Grenier with 2 outs here.
Sidekick.
Clean double puts them into that 10-run range.
Sidekick saying, me and Jen and I remind him of Sheldon Penny.
Oh.
You watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Jen doesn't watch Big Bang Theory, so I don't have to get her
it's
into it.
probably a good thing that she doesn't know what that reference
What?
means.
What are you talking about? I don't hate on Big Bang Theory. The first 5-6 seasons are great.
You don't mind being compared to Sheldon and Penny?
Sheldon's really smart. I'd rather be Leonard.
I was going to say, I think you'd rather be Leonard. He's got the best of both worlds, and he's actually married to her.
In real life, right?
In real life.
Still?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Those relationships don't last very long.
How is
these days.
TB7 not in this poll, says Jay Wilson? I think he's right. That's
Taylor's a little malicious, too, at times.
he just reminds everybody that he is the 3-time reigning MVP. Dave Seifert does force a ground ball there. Barry Hutter does a good job getting that and stepping on second to get them out of the inning. The Bombers threatened, but no more damage done. But it is still 8-1 here going to the bottom of the 4th. Oh, you meant Trench, not me. Whoa, boy.
Whoa.
That's fair.
That's... I don't know if you can really put Trench to... I don't know if you can put Trench to Sheldon. Love Trench to death, but...
he's not a Sheldon Cooper. I think, if anything, GK is the Sheldon Cooper of the league.
GK is probably Sheldon.
Yeah. Look, who's that? Is that the Colonel? I think that is the Colonel. I believe that is GK's dog right there.
No, look at that.
Rocking the sweater with the... Oh, it's not?
I believe that's actually Mama Fernandez's...
Oh, is it?
Rocking
that's great.
The wiffle ball in the pullover.
That's fantastic. Look at that.
Somebody just compared you and Jen to SpongeBob and Patrick, or maybe that's Trench and Jen. One or the other. Funny either way.
I don't know if I like these comparisons. That is, GK said that is not Colonel. He got mad at me extremely fast. That did not take long.
In Sheldon fashion.
I do think we need to maybe make a 4-legged PLW Instagram page for all the furry friends of PLW. Nice job by Dakota laying off there.
That one. Yeah, maybe we get one. You know, Sparkles has 4
Sparkles
turtles.
is Wolowitz, yeah.
Sparkles is Wolowitz.
Dakota with a hard hit ball off Mateo's hand, and it's over the fence. And that's Dakota's first PLW home run, and he's feeling it. He's running around the bases. Missed second base. He's going to go back and touch the bag.
Oh, my goodness.
He is fired up.
This dude is stoked right now.
Dakota
Good for him.
Pekovic. Good for him.
First career home run.
Yeah, good for him. 8-2 now. Bombers. Night Owls not totally out of this one.
Yeah.
Nice job by the Bombers going over the wall.
And man, that's
to
the
run that ball
happiest
down.
I've seen a Night Owl look in a long time. Maybe that's the kind of fire they need in their lineup, as he was absolutely stoked to hit that one. And Mateo made a great attempt.
Yeah, for a second I thought it was tough for us to tell when Mateo got a hand on that, which direction the ball got deflected. We thought it maybe for a second it was straight up, but it was back and over the wall.
Yeah, I want to say he almost reached back a little bit to push it up, so I believe that ball might have been over the wall to begin with, and he just made a really good attempt at trying to keep it in. Loman will call it a 4-base error.
No such thing.
I think that's a Chad Phillips staple right there, the 4-base error.
Cody Giordano getting added to the 7 hole here as he hits a hard hit ball, knocked down by Hollis Hale. Does a great job. does
That's
a
a great
great
play from
job
Hollis.
by Hollis. Hale stands up quickly, makes a hard throw to the backstop for the first out here. Hollis Hale really playing Gold Glove caliber third base all year. Really would be a shame if he does not get a
Now
lot
hold on here
of
now.
votes for
So let's
Gold
watch the
Glove.
replay one more time. How many steps?
He was good. That
I
was
know,
all
I know.
good.
No, he's really looked solid all year. Like we said, he's coming back to form at the plate, but he's also been rock solid at third base all year as well.
Yeah, possibly. Really, kind of Bombers MVP maybe this year. The way he's hit the ball, the way defense he's played, really, really great player. Hollis Hale.
Yeah, definitely putting a running in for most improved player. Ryan Roosh probably running away with it at this point, but Hollis putting his name in the hat.
Randy does a good job laying off there. Takes a one-out walk. Going to bring up Levi Lawrence. Looking to do some damage. He can maybe cut this lead to 3 or to 5 or 4 with a big swing here. You never know. We're only halfway through. Night Owls can score with anybody with a few big swings.
Yeah, and
Levi
Grenier,
Lawrence kind of do tonight.
the only runs he's given up tonight, solo shots. Looked good other than that. But yeah, you never know. The deeper you get as a newer pitcher, the tougher it gets to keep going through this lineup.
That's right. As will be interesting to see the kind of leash that Justin has here. If he can get a ground ball, maybe he gets himself out of this inning and he'll continue on. But maybe another hard hit ball. Manager Alex Fernandez will look to go in a different
It's gonna
direction.
be hot there.
Levi well, he's off that one. It's going to be 2-2 here. Sansone mad at me still. He hit a hard hit ball up the middle. And then Brandon Gregg booted the throw. He was mad at me and the entire board voted it an error. Sorry, Nick. Just keep hitting it over the fence, bud.
Yeah. No issue. Ooh, and that's going to be
Levi thought he was beat there,
walk.
but that's back-to-back walks.
Grenier.
Justin
done.
Grenier is
What a
out.
great appearance for him. What a great start. To go for 2 solo shots. Yeah, they hurt a little bit, but other than that, I mean, he was pretty routine. 3 up, 3 down to start the game. As we're going to see Max Fernandez looking to come in and close this thing out. You know, the interesting stat I'd like to see as we keep moving along in the PLW is a guy's stats as a starter compared to how it is when he comes in relief. I feel like at certain times, some guys are better relievers than they are starters.
Absolutely.
And other times, you have guys that can only really start games, and they're just not the same guy coming in relief.
Yeah, I think one guy that's been really true for this year has been Taylor Briner so far. It seems like a lot of his starts, he's been a little roughed up, and then there's been a handful of times where he comes in and he just shut the door. Yeah, and maybe Adam Couts has been similar. Adam Couts, a couple of starts, maybe not perfect, but very effective. But the few times he's come in and been a closer, it's been tough. Yeah. It's interesting. It's different, especially when they have a certain throwing style. Like if they're maybe a guy who might be able to throw a little harder, they're intimidating coming out of the pen. Mm-hmm. You know, you're just not ready for this guy. You're facing one batter for the first 3-4 innings, and then all of a sudden this completely different pitcher who maybe throwing a little harder, is a little more intimidating on the mound comes in. Yeah, it could be mentally, defeating there and tough to battle.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I think we're going to see the evolution of a sole reliever position in this league
Absolutely.
at some point.
Yeah, specialized positions for sure. Whether or not there'll be a sole reliever, I don't know. But as I said in Game 1, I think you'll start to see fewer and fewer complete games in this league. And you'll start to see teams really concentrating on having the batters face different arms and really mixing up what they're seeing throughout the night. Marcel fouls that one back into the zone on the first pitch.
Yeah, I definitely think
1-2
that
now.
the days of guys like Billy Santowan having 10 wins and 10 complete games it's not going to last forever.
Yeah, it's going to start to go away. It's going to still be there for some people and some starts. Of course, you want to let the guy continue to go. Marcel swings and misses at that one for the second out, brings up Barry Hutter here. But I do think you are going to see more and more specialized or shorter starts, guys mixing up, teams mixing up pitchers, especially when these pitching staffs get deeper and deeper, like this Bombers one. They have 4 or 5 capable arms. I mean, that gives them a ton of flexibility within each game. They can go to different matchups and whatnot. Barry swings at the first pitch, falls behind 0-2, takes ball 1 high, 1-2 now.
Yes. Max made quick work of Sean Marcial and in a favorable count here against Barry in his relief.
Barry hit a double in game 1 for his 29th of his career, looking for that number 30 double, be the 14th guy.
An ideal spot for a clean double right now for Barry to hit his 30th, as that would clear the bases and make it an 8-4 game. And he's going to work a walk instead. That's
The Bombers pitching staff walks the bases
juiced.
loaded.
Power hitter Logan Christie up to bat.
Logan with a chance to get his season started really here. If he continues to hit the ball hard and find a gap here, cut this lead down for the Night Owls. Takes ball 1 inside. Good job getting ahead here. Big at bat for Logan early in his season here. Takes ball 2 in. Bombers pitching staff struggling with control right now.
Yeah, Max looked a little shaky in his start, only went 3, not normal for him. Working his back-to-back walks potentially here.
Logan takes ball 4, and Max is out of the game just as quickly as he came in it. That's going to walk in a run, bring in Randy Dalby from third. It's 8-3 now, Bombers. We're going to go to Mateo Fernandez, it looks like. And Dakota coming to the plate with a chance to do more damage after his solo shot earlier in the inning.
Yeah, Dakota, first career home run, now is teed up for an opportunity for his first career grand slam.
Dakota Pickavit.
And that was a great patient at bat from both Barry Hutter and Logan Christie to work out Max Fernandez of this game very quickly.
It's the key to victory in this league is to work deeper into these pitching staffs. As you get deeper and deeper, they become less reliable. This Bombers one may be set up better than most in the league for a situation like this, but as they continue to take patient at bats and try to get in hitters' accounts, they're going to have a chance to do damage, and they're showing it right now. They've loaded the bases with 2 outs via 4 walks, and a solo shot by Dakota Pickavit to start the inning, and that same batter has a chance to do really make this game, turn the game on its head. If he hits the ball to the wall here, we're looking at a 2-run game, a 1-run game.
Gap is closed up significantly at that point. And like I said earlier, the Bombers went 4 pitchers in game 1 and won 8-1. They're now on their 3rd pitcher again in game 2, and they have an 8-3 lead, but it's not very common that a team is going to win 2 or 3 games getting to the 3rd or 4th pitcher of the game. Yes, these Bombers, they do have a very deep pitching staff, but you're giving these guys a lot of looks at the same guys.
Dakota does a good job laying off
Very
the first
patient
pitch
hitter.
there. You kind of got to have the red light here until these guys show that you can throw strikes.
And do we have Dalby up next after this?
Cody up next in the 7th spot, but Randy is 2 batters away. And that's 3-1 to Dakota Pickavit here, and he absolutely has to have the red light here on 3-1 despite hitting a home run earlier this inning. And he misses.
Bombers having a
5th
hard
walk of the
time
inning by the
locating.
Bombers. That's going to walk in
As
another
Levi's
run.
gonna text in a run.
Yeah, Levi maybe making a call for a free agent to come in or something. But it's 8-4, and that's going to bring up the bottom of the order here. Cody Giordano was added to the 7th hole this inning.
And just like that, a blast ties this game, Kyle.
We have a ball game here, and that's another ball inside Mateo. 5 pitches, 5 balls. 1-1. These guys absolutely have to have the red light until they see a strike. That's in the zone at 53. Mateo finally gets a strike, and he's ahead 1-2. Giordano with a big at-bat here. If he can get this through to Randy next, man, does it change the game. And he swings and misses and goes down for the 3rd out. But the Owls get a few back. They go from 8-1 to 8-4 here, and they're only down 4 now, and Randy will be leading off in the 5th.
And Mateo has a walk on him, so next guy to go to would be Alex Fernandez. This has definitely gotten a lot more interesting here in that last half inning, as that 8-0 gap has significantly closed up.
Yeah, this game looked like it might get away from the Night Owls yet again. We were talking about mercy early in the game, but now we're looking at a much better ball game. Night Owls are going to look for a shutdown inning from Dave Seifert here to keep them in this game. 405 viewers hanging out with us here on Twitch. Wednesday night here, Hideaway Field. Premier League Wiffle, Bombers, Night Owls. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. If you're over there watching that 1 camera angle on TikTok, feel free to come on over and hang out with us on Twitch. 3 camera angles, scoreboard, graphics, all sorts of good things. Bet your wiffle ball points. Big Al saying, great job, guys, up in the booth. We appreciate that, Al.
Super lovable guy. Personally, gone out with Big Al a couple times. Super fun guy to be around. definitely likes to have a good time. Is Dave Seifert quietly keeping these Night Owls around in this game? This is going to be his third inning now in this game, as he's looking to continue the success he's had against these Bombers.
Yeah, he's in mop-up duty right now. He's got to get through some innings here. He weaseled his way out of a jam last inning, and he's going to have to try to do the same thing to give his team an opportunity to put their own runs on the board in the bottom half.
Yeah, right now, since he's coming in this game, he's winning the battle. And
He lost that battle, though. Trevor Bauer, deep to left center, 20-foot backflip. And Trevor Bauer doing what he does with a big bomb, left center, 9-4 Bombers.
It's only a matter of time. You weren't going to keep Trevor Bauer away from over the fence for long as he carries around that bomb. Boom, there it is. Signature Bombers celebration. I feel like these guys do it at least 3-4 times a night.
Home run number 2 for the game for Trevor. And they're going to go back to Jason Walker. Not a bad idea. Probably actually maybe a little surprising they didn't start Walker with this inning. He didn't walk out this game. He was pulled early in the game after giving up a home run to Big Al in the second inning. Manager Nick DeVella didn't quite like how he was looking. But, you kind of, when you have a guy like Dave Seifert come in, you're looking to get maybe like 6 outs out of him. And when he does that for you, maybe you go back to a guy who's now a different look to start this inning, and maybe one batter too late going to Jason Walker. But Walker in now, looking to shut them down, maybe hold this 5-run lead and give his Owls a chance to fight back again in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, again, only a solo shot. Yeah, it hurts a little bit. The gap has now widened just a little bit, 1 run. But you got to keep the momentum you just had from that 4 or 3-run inning you just put up. I do like this move. Again, I agree with you. I think they should have probably done it a batter earlier. As like you said, Dave's the kind of guy going to come in, give you 1-2 innings, maybe 3 at the maximum before guys really start to figure him out. So I do like the move back to Walker. Not a spot where you'd want to ever go to Dalby, still being down 5 runs. So preserve his runs. Probably going to start Seifert for Game 3 and mix it up, and if it's close, bring Dalby in to finish that game. As Max going to go down swinging there for the first out of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Max not quite himself tonight. May look a little silly a couple times, but I don't think that's the last we've heard of Max tonight.
No, he usually, when he gets fired up, he gets mad, he comes back firing hard.
That one's off the hands of Hollis Hale to Sean
Great
Merciel
play
at
by
short.
Sean Merciel there at short.
That's a nice job. Making a hard throw to the backstop for the second out.
It looks like the in-game bettors, Cal, they still like the Bombers minus 4.5. Very, very timely home run to push that into contention.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. With Walker coming back in here and Randy leading off, I think I got to take the plus 4.5 here. I think the Night Owls are going to put a little scare in the Bombers here, and especially if they can walk out Mateo with one more walk, it gets a little interesting. They'll have to go back to Alex, and then they risk going even deeper in the bullpen. These next 2 innings are going to be very interesting, the way they develop with the Night Owls, if they can work the pitching staff of the Bombers.
This Big Al goes down swinging there. That's going to end the inning. Walker comes in and makes quick work of the Bombers. 1-2-3 for his relief appearance there, as Seifert is the only damage with the solo shot given up to Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, exactly what they needed out of Jason Walker there, to just come in, go 1, 2, 3 nice and quick, and get the Night Owls back to the play with an opportunity to put some more runs and put the scare in this Bombers team. This Bombers team was feeling really good halfway through this game after getting a bunch of runs in the top of the 6th last game and then jumping out to an 8-0 lead this game. They were kind of feeling untouchable, but, a chink in the armor a little bit last inning, and the lead got cut to 4 runs.
Walked in 3 runs, I believe.
Yeah, 5 total walks in the inning, which is really unheard of in this league.
Yeah, and just like that, their third pitcher of the game has a walk tacked onto him. Like we said the last inning, Alex Fernandez is the last option here for the Bombers. But like you said, yeah, feeling invincible, all of a sudden 5 walks come out of nowhere. This game is anything but over yet, folks.
Some pressure here on Mateo Fernandez for sure to throw strikes. 435 viewers hanging out with us here.
And a very, very patient, experienced batter at the plate here to lead off this 5th inning for the Night Owls.
Mitch says, are they warming up in the arm barn? Which is, they were considering changing bullpen to arm barn through the wokeness.
Through wokeness?
I think we faded that, though, and we're going to stick with bullpen for the pitching. For baseball.
Unfortunately, I took a pretty big L to wokeness there, being a Cleveland fan.
That is true. Go Guardians.
That was a very, very tough one. Could have thought about 1,500 other different names. I would have preferred to get out of that, but we're the Cleveland Guardians now. You know, wokeness has got another one. Oh, is that
Dalby with an absolute rocket to Hollis Hale at third. Gets a hand on it or a leg on it. Somehow knocks this ball down.
Something other than that, Kyle.
You're right. It might have got him in the lower extremities there.
That shit.
Oh, he's doing some sit-ups now. It looks like it might have got him in the stomach.
Abdominals.
And but does a great job knocking that ball down and firing it to the backstop for the first out. Mission accomplished, retiring Randy Dalby to lead off the inning.
Either way, great play from Hollis Hale. Puts down a very dangerous hitter.
Levi doing a good job laying off the first pitch there. Something he hadn't done really his first number of at-bats tonight. Gets ahead here, though.
Ooh, big swing from Levi.
Alonzo saying Hollywood on fire tonight. Yeah, big night so far for Hollis, both at the plate and in the field.
Yeah, to really complete that, we just need a Game 3 start from Hollis, and then he's the undisputed booth visitor, I think.
Game 3 start.
You never know. Manny asks for starts. He might get one these days. Hollis, if he's interested, you never know.
Start seems far-fetched. An appearance, that seems possible.
Yeah.
Full count now to Levi. Kind of tough spot here. He's got to protect with 2 strikes, but if he can work a walk here, they got to go to Alex.
Well, that's a
job
good
following off.
Defense right there.
Be full count again for Levi. Mateo's got to come to him, you would think. But misses down and in. And that's going to walk out Mateo from this game. They're going to have to go to Alex Fernandez, the most experienced pitcher on the Bomber staff. Let's see if he can get under control and stop these walks that the Bombers have just been plagued with the last couple innings.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's going to be hitting the panic button here. You know, Fernandez, the most experienced pitcher for this Bombers squad. But if he does get an early walk on him, I would start to hit that panic button, as they really don't have much depth after that. Trevor Bauer has some appearances, not the most experienced pitcher, but then after that, it's a steep cliff.
Yeah, we saw him come in the 6th inning last game and look okay. But is he going to look the same way in a high-pressure situation? Will remain to be seen. But, you know, Alex does a really good job of throwing strikes, and he has one of the lowest walk rates in the league. I expect Alex to come in, go after these guys, and rely on his defense to get the Bombers out of this inning here. But we kind of thought the same thing about Max and Mateo, and they weren't able to execute.
We didn't expect to get here this quickly, at least. Inning and a half, and you're gone through 2.5 pitchers. As Big Al was actually just signaling me there, he says he might have to come out of retirement to pitch for these guys.
Yeah, he's getting the shoulder loose over there.
Look at that, doing the Beyonce single lady's shoulder exercise.
Yeah, look
over
at
there.
there's Al. Look, he's ready. He's trying to whip. Yep, Al's getting. You never know.
He's ready to go.
And Alex does a great job coming in with strike number 2 to Sean Merciel, his first batter. As expected, Alex going to come right after these guys, make them put the bat on the ball. Sean fouls that one off. 58, a little hot.
Always have to be defending there in that spot, 0-2. Sean's going to go down swinging there.
Nice pitch by Alex. Getting him to chase. Got to be tough in this league on 0-2. Can't lose that patience on 0-2. And Alex with the first pitch strike to Barry Hutter as well, getting ahead both of these batters. 0-2, just as the doctor ordered. 2 outs here. Randy led off with a hard hit ground ball to Hollis. Strikeout by Sean. And that's going to be a strikeout looking by Alex Fernandez. Great job by Alex coming in, shutting the door, doing exactly what we said he was going to do. Throw strikes, rely on his defense. Didn't even need it as he struck out back-to-back guys there to get the Bombers out of this inning, remain this lead at 5, and go to the top of the 6th. Look to tack on some more runs.
That's exactly what you need right there from Alex Fernandez, being the leader of that pitching staff. Comes in, shuts them down in order very quickly, puts an end to any conversation about going to another pitcher.
Yeah, they trusted the order of the pitchers there ended up with their most veteran pitcher coming in that big spot. Yes, there was only one runner on and one out, but the way that had gone so far with the number of walks, the Bombers pitching staff out of their key guys had delivered. We thought there was a chance of the same thing happening to Alex, but good job. 2 batters, 2 Ks, out of the inning, no problem.
Looks like they're going to be yanking Levi out of the outfield for this inning.
Yeah, you got Randy, Logan, and Dakota. I believe that was the defensive lineup last inning as well, with Sean and Barry in the infield. And Lonell goes after the first pitch aggressively.
Some of these names, man, for this Cleveland suggestion is pretty brutal.
Yeah, that one's no good.
Yeah, that's no good. No
And
need to
one's gonna
highlight
be
that
a
one.
little low. That's going to hit the foam. 1-2. This Walker's patented breaking ball. Goes back to it.
That's
I
gonna
think
hit
that
the
might have
bat.
hit the bat first. Lonell, rookie of this league, doesn't realize he had to get that bat out of the way. And a hard hit ball past Sean Merciel, past Randy Dalby, and that's going to be a double for Lonell Simmons here in the top of the 6th.
That was hit very, very hard.
Yeah,
from
Lonell Simmons, not a ton of at-bats so far in his PLW career, but he really has made the best of them and shown that he is not an easy out at all.
Looks like the Bombers might be the first team to bat 8 to start a series.
You could see Lonell in there to start next game. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. The only problem is if you do 8, which I believe is their full bench, hypothetically, if somebody had to leave,
Oh, tough situation.
you'd have to take an automatic out. But I think you gotta leave somebody on the bench just in case of a silly situation like that.
Do they make a quick free agent call-up for Mama Fernandez just to put her on the bench and have that security?
We are waiting for the first female player in PLW history.
I don't want to ruin any surprises, but maybe I'll make a move to bring Tara Weber back into the PLW with my free agentship.
Oh, that would be interesting. As that ball goes off of Randy's hands, uncharacteristically, it was dropping kind of quickly, but Randy looked like he got to it. Randy definitely looked like he got over to it and got both hands on it and just could not make the play. It's going to be 1st and 3rd. Nobody out here for Mateo.
Yeah, you can see these Night Owls are just a little bit deflated right now. That's going to be
Mateo with a hard
back
hit ball back to Walker. They get the force out at second. They're going to hold it, and that's going to hold Lonell Simmons there at 3rd. Still 1st and 3rd here now with 1 down for Justin Grenier.
As Mama Fernandez giving us the wave from the booth. Give her a little shout out there from the Skycam in between innings.
Trench saying, Randy not looking dandy.
No, punny, Trench, punny. Grenier going to lay off that slurve.
J-Lo says she's ready to play if need be. She's got some Avocado League experience on her belt.
Under her belt. Power too, Kyle. Back in the Wednesday League days.
Yeah. She faced some PLW talent in that league.
That was the beginning of the PLW. Also simultaneously the beginning of the end of the Wednesday League, but
That's right. Grenier chases that one. Fouls off. 2-2. Waits back on that. That one is going to be close, and it ends up going to foul territory. Good job by Dakota making a sliding effort there. Couldn't quite get to it. Another life for Justin. Still 2-2.
a lot of guys still left in this league from that Wednesday League too. I mean, Barry Hutter, Wednesday League veteran, manager,
was
owner,
on my team.
Yeah, manager, owner Nick Davila.
Grenier does a good job waiting back on that. Barry ranges over, but that's going to go off his hands. Lonell
Well, that's an outfielder. So
Lonell
he can't
scampering
make
to
that
the
play.
plate,
It's an outfielder.
but it isn't thrown by an out.
It was thrown by an outfielder, so the play would be dead at that point.
I thought as soon as it's touched by the outfielder, that play is dead. A little confusion here as to what base.
We have the wrong call here from.
Well, either way, Lonell's going to score because it would be an error/dirty single. So it's going to be right. That's where we were right. So the Chad is saying the outfielder made the throw. So as soon as the outfielder touches the ball in this scenario, the play is dead. Lonell is still going to score from third. It's going to be 10-4, but he's only going to get. It's just going to be one base. Justin's going to be on first. Mateo's going to move to second. We got first and second, and 1 out here. 10-4.
1 out scores no matter what in that situation.
Couple of booted plays by the Night Owls this inning, making a lot more work for themselves than they needed to. Really not what they wanted.
2 errors in this inning.
Yeah, one by Randy, one there by Barry. Really easy plays. I know Barry was going back a little bit into his left, but that was not even a high pop-up. Randy's I could see a little bit. He kind of had to come in on it.
Forward in on it.
Little awkward, but
Trevor's going to check swing, foul that one off.
yeah, he's a little disappointed there to have a strike against him on that half swing that was clearly going to be a ball. But it's 2-2 here. First and second, 1 out. Trevor looking to do damage with a big swing. Waits back on that, but fouls it off.
That's a little bit of run bad there for Trevor, but Trevor's kind of also the guy that has the potential to check swing a home run in the certain scenarios as well.
That is true. He probably could. It wouldn't surprise me if there's any guy in the league that could. Does
That's
a really
great
good job
layoff.
laying off there and not chasing that Walker breaking ball down and away. Gets himself a full count here. And a Trevor Bauer walk. Love to see it.
I believe that's 2 for Jason Walker. So Walker has walked out of this game. He is done.
Yeah, he walked Hollis early in the second inning. That was before Big Al hit a 2-run shot. So he walked a guy in the second inning. Just because he came out of the game doesn't mean his walks reset or anything.
Still 2 walks for the game.
Right.
As they're going to go to Cody Giordano here with the bases loaded. I believe, is it 1 out or
1
2
out.
outs?
Yep,
I can't
1
see it.
out.
1 out.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Giordano going to get another opportunity here. Hasn't really had a great job. Hasn't done a great job of throwing strikes. Can throw the ball pretty hard and has some kind of nasty pitches, but has really been a little bit wild so far in his PLW career. Let's see if he can do a better job here of finding the zone, maybe forcing a ground ball, getting his team out of this inning here.
Again, another rookie in the PLW. Pitching is the hardest thing to pick up in this league.
It looks a lot easier than it is. Just even throwing a strike is so hard.
Just figuring out how to hold the ball properly
is just
hard.
not have the ball go completely sideways.
I mean, we have experienced 3-season veterans throwing wild pitches still in this
Constantly,
league.
yep.
So it's not an easy thing to do. Cody has been around now for about half the season. Didn't get a lot of appearances with the Sand Vipers when he was there. Night Owls definitely utilizing him a lot more, but I do believe this is only his 3rd or 4th mound appearance.
Something like that, yeah. Single digits for sure. Has a total of 5 innings in his PLW career. Good to see him getting an opportunity here again in the 6th inning in game number 2. Bombers looking to extend their lead. Currently sitting on 6. Bases loaded, 1 out for Max Fernandez. Haven't heard a ton from Max tonight at the plate. He's looking to change that right now.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity for Max to really get his night going. A grand slam here would really change the course of his entire night.
100%. Max looking to do damage here against Cody Giordano, but as we see, ball 1 flying way outside.
He's going to have to get a pitch to hit in this situation.
Evan, I think Randy is an elite hitter and pitcher. I think you might want to look a little closer at those stats. But, yeah, look at Randy's career stats. He is up there with the rest of the PLW GOATs. Randy is the real deal. And when you doubt him, that is when he beats you.
Yeah, it's tough, you know. He is a really fantastic player on a team that's had their struggles throughout the season. So you can't base an individual performance from a guy like Dalby on how the team is doing and vice versa. You know, you can't blame the guy for not putting up the RBI numbers that a guy like Chen does, or stretching a little bit. It's probably going to do it.
And you talked about it, and there it goes. We hadn't heard from Max Fernandez tonight, but with one swing, that changes that. And a grand slam bomb to dead center, and it's 14-4, and the Bombers are living up to their name tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needed. Like we said, get the night going. What an absolute rocket. We all know he has that capability. Not a lot of guys can go deep center field, and it's a guaranteed home run. That, in that instance, no chance of keeping that one in the park. Just absolute ton of power, and now just watch out Game 3, guys. I mean, everybody on this Bombers team has hit a home run here with, I think, maybe the exception of Alex Fernandez, who has been on base a handful of times.
Full team efforts so far here tonight by the Bombers, who are actually one run away from ending this game. One more run here. They have 2 outs to work with. If Hollis Hale somehow hits yet another bomb tonight, this one will be over.
Yeah, if we see more of the same from Hollis here, this game's going to be over after this at-bat.
Man, that was a no-doubter dead center. Love seeing the dead center home runs because those are like...
Those are real.
Yeah, because you don't see them that often. Normally, a lot of pull home runs over the container, and then sometimes, somebody hits a nice hard-hit one opposite way that maybe dips over the wall. But when you see those shots, those big, high nukes that go dead over the center field wall, yes, exactly. Those ones are legit.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's ever going to question that. I know there's a little bit of banter pretty often within the players of this league when guys kind of get the quote-unquote cheap wind-aided home runs over the container, over the right field wall. I mean, a home run's a home run regardless, but like you said, those are the funnest home runs to
no
watch.
doubters. That was gone no matter what the conditions.
Yeah, very similar to Mark Tavano's the other night. I think he hit one over the third row of trees.
That's crazy. Hollis Hale going to work a 1-out walk there, and we are a double away from ending this one with Big Al up to the plate. Cody Giordano, as expected, having a hard time finding the strike zone, and when he finally did find the strike zone, Max didn't miss it. 2-1 here to Big Al.
And Big Al could potentially make this the first 16-run game of the season.
I think so. I don't think we're at 16. We've had some 15s.
Handful of 15s.
Had one the other night.
Yeah, one the other night. The Warbirds 2 seasons ago played a 15-14 series against the Ones.
Yes, I believe that's the highest scoring game in PLW history.
It has to be.
Hard to not be.
Yeah, pretty hard to beat that.
16-14 would be the only other way, or something,
Yeah.
17-13 or something. But yeah, 15-14, highest scoring game in PLW history. 2-2 here. Giordano looking to come right after him. Really just trying to get work in here. Big Al lays off that.
Well, that's going to
That
do
was
it for
full
Cody
count,
G.
actually. That's going to bring somebody else besides Cody Giordano in this game.
Most likely Sean Murciel or
good to
Nick
see
Davila.
I'd like to see Sean Murcia with an opportunity here. Sean, a guy who has a cannon for an arm, and he's honestly just admitted that for some reason he's just had a hard time throwing the ball under 55. He's got a strong arm. He can throw strikes. It's just for some reason when he tries to take a little off, he's just got such a good arm that he loses a little bit of control. So really hasn't had any opportunities in the league to throw some strikes. That was 60 miles an hour as a warm-up pitch, as nasty as that looked. And he's 56 there. He's, that's maybe, it's good to see him having a chance. And that was 59. It'll be interesting to see if he can find one under 55 here. He's got to make an adjustment if he wants to not end this game in this inning.
When he was on the Warbirds, we kind of talked through this, and I spent some time outside of Wiffle Ball kind of talking about this situation with him. He says it's because he kind of has to change his arm angle. He's used to that pure sidearm release, and he can throw it as hard as he wants from shortstop.
Right.
He's often bringing it in at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour from shortstop. Probably pound for pound the hardest thrower in the league.
100%.
But he says once he brings that arm angle up just a little bit and tries to control it, he loses control.
Interesting.
And he can't, if he tries to throw it hard with control, he can't keep it under the 55. So he definitely knows he's capable of pitching. He pitches a ton in fast pitch. And they really like him in fast pitch. But this is just not his style. He's openly discussed, with a ton of people that he just doesn't want to pitch this style because he can't control it.
And there he comes with a breaking ball, 54 in the zone. He says, Warfield,
I'm just
check
the kind of
me
guy
out.
that's going to do you a favor like that. Give you the old announcer's jinx. I say you can't do it, you're going to do it.
King Fusion subscribing with Prime.
Oh,
and he gets
Lonell
Lonell Simmons
Simmons
swinging. A nice start to Sean Murciel's outing here in the 6th inning. Maybe they go to him to start next game if he looks good here.
Not? It's going to bring up Alex Fernandez with 2 outs.
Oh. Alex takes a hack at the first pitch. 3 pitches, 3 strikes out of Sean Murciel. He's 1 strike away.
It looks like he's been working
Ground
on
ball
it
to
a little
Levi,
bit.
knocks it down in front of him, flips it over to Barry for the out at second. That gets them
Sean's
out of
gonna
the
get him
inning.
out of the inning.
Nice job by Sean Murciel there, coming in and getting a pair of outs. I'm sure that's going to pump him up a little bit. He's got to feel good about that. I know he hasn't had a lot of success in PLW pitching, and he's got to feel good to just go out there in a mop-up situation and just go get 2 quick outs.
Yeah, it gives the Night Owls a chance.
Maybe he earns a start with it. We'll see. Randy started game 1. Walker started game 2. It's kind of,
It's an open door for game 3.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Levi.
Oh, that's
which
right.
makes
yeah,
a lot of
probably gonna be
sense.
Levi.
But hey, you never know. Maybe you give Sean an opportunity there. But yeah, you're probably going to go with Levi and Walker, and you still get 3 innings out of Randy as well to use to their advantage. Alex Fernandez here trying to close the door. Bombers up 14-4, bottom of the 6th here, and looking to put an exclamation point on their first 2 games.
Anything is possible, though. You guys just put up 10 runs in an inning on this Bombers team just 2 weekends ago. So anything's possible here. I think you did most of the damage off this specific pitcher as well.
Sure did,
so.
off Alex. Logan,
Logan.
deep to left!
Is that going to be his...
See you later, Logan Christie.
Logan Christie.
And he might
Welcome back
not
to
even
the
fully healthy.
PLW.
Logan Christie with a home run. I believe that's his first hit of the year, and that's a high home run over the left field container. Good to see that out of Logan. Glad he's back, throwing up the Night Owl's eyes. That's going to have some feel-good for Logan
Welcome
Christie.
back to the PLW, Logan. That is huge. Way to start off your first real series back with a towering home run.
J-Lo saying this has to be the longest game, not including extras. There's been a lot of pitching changes, and there's been 19 runs now scored. Might not be wrong there.
Yeah, both teams have used 4 pitchers. 19 runs scored. Obviously, a lot of walks. Might be working on, gosh, what, an hour and a half game here?
Something like that, as we are at 8:45 here Pacific time out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. 448 viewers.
As he
hanging
did
out
go
with us
around
tonight.
there. That's going to be the first out of the inning.
Cody is up now in 7th spot.
As the Night Owls working on a potential delay of game.
Looks like Nick DeVello is going to come in, pinch hitter.
Pinch hit for the guy, shall not be named, using the restroom.
DeVello going to pinch hit for Cody here in the 7th spot. 1 out here, bottom 6.
Phil looking to make a move on that one.
Evan Shields asking, is Sparkles elite?
Is Sparkles elite? At being at the bottom statistically in every category, maybe, but...
Come on.
Oh, did I? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
DeVello with a pinch hit bomb! And
Wow.
just like that, hold the phone. 14-6. We might have
It's
something
possible.
here. Look, it's probably not happening, but momentum is a thing in this league. The Night Owls haven't had a lot of cheer about these last couple weeks. A couple of big blasts like that in the bottom of an inning. Maybe they use that for some motivation game 3, and they come out and make a statement.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, if you're the Night Owls, you're happy. You just scored 6 runs in this game so far. Oh, Dalby
Randy
wanted to make that
just
3 in a
misses
row.
that one. Pops it up to Alex Fernandez for the 2nd out. And that was back-to-back. Really haven't seen, I don't believe 3 home runs in a row has not been done yet this year. It's been done, period, in PLW, but we haven't seen that this year, which is a little surprising. At least I don't believe we have.
I don't think so either. I mean, we've seen the ones do it historically. We've seen the Sand Vipers do it. I believe this Bombers team has done it. Snappers have definitely done it with that Taylor, Shane, Wilson, 1, 2, 3. And I think they did it with Manny in the 3-hole as well.
Sounds
so
right,
It's
yeah.
been done.
Ooh, Alex showing
83
off his arm. 83
from Alex
there.
Fernandez. Oh, pulls
Takes
the
it.
string to end the game.
Takes everything off of it and gets Levi Lawrence chasing at a 40-mile-an-hour breaking ball away. And that's going to put a pin in this one. 14-6 final here. Bombers win 8-1 game 1. 14-6 here game 2. Really dominant so far by the Bombers. We're going to roll probably pretty quickly here into game 3. We'll be right back in 15 seconds. Welcome back here to PLW Hideaway Field, Wednesday night Wiffle. Bombers, Night Owls. Bombers took game 1, 8-1. Game 2, 14-6. Levi Lawrence going to take the hill for the Night Owls here in game 3. Maybe they can ride a little momentum. Back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the 6th there. Gives them a little bit of a spark. Night Owls have to find something here. They've lost 7 in a row now. Fallen to 13-19. Really not where they want to be if they are looking to make a playoff push here this season. They really got to they got to right the ship here in this spot. They've made some moves, got a new look team, and they got to try to dig deep here and find a win.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of bright spots for these guys tonight, to be pretty blunt about it. But the one shining moment is that, your newly acquired, fresh off of shoulder surgery player making his first appearance in the PLW this season just hit a home run in that last inning. And then followed that, Nick Davila, owner and manager, also hit a home run. So you get a little bit of momentum. These Night Owls not known for putting up a ton of runs. They put up 6, so maybe they can carry that 6-run momentum into this game. Keep it close, maybe squeak out a win here is to stop this slide they're on. The last thing you want to do is head into the weekend on an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's tough sledding so far, lately in Night Owls camp. Mm-hmm. Manager Nick Davila pulling his hair out kind of all the time. Yeah, going to have to move a little quicker this game as we are fairly deep into the night already here, 2 hours and 45 minutes into the broadcast, and we're just about to start game 3. You'd tend to think that this game has got to move quicker than those last 2.
Yeah, I think game 3 is going to move a little bit quicker. I mean, game 2 was subject to the fact that both teams threw at least 4 pitchers. There was a lot of runs scored. 20 runs scored in a game is not the norm for the PLW.
No,
I mean,
not
it
at
has
all.
been in the last week, but typically speaking, PLW, we're more traditional in the sense it's 5-2, 2-1, 1-zip, maybe a 7-3 game, but you don't get these 20-run games like we've had. So I know our excellent umpiring staff of Buck Burner, Shane Weber, Chad Phillips, they're really going to look to push this game along tonight and get you guys out of here off to bed pretty early. Hopefully we can see the Night Owls squeak one out. If not, the Bombers really righting the ship after a last handful of tough weeks and back into playoff contention for these guys as Fernandez is going to poke one the other way to Dakota, the rookie. Going to make a nice catch there in right field.
We're off to a good start. 1 pitch, 1 out. Brings up Mateo Fernandez here.
Who you got game 3, Kyle? Let's throw out an early prediction here.
I want to think that the Night Owls can right the ship on the back of Levi Lawrence and Randy Dalby here. It's just tough to think. Maybe they do squeeze one out. What do we have for a spread?
I think we're at 6.5 is what I saw.
6.5 seems insane. 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
3.5. Sorry, I saw a comment. 6.5.
Right. 3.5 with Randy getting 3 innings, that seems way too high. You gotta love the Night Owls plus 3.5 runs here. Levi probably looking to get 6 or 9 outs and keep them in this game. Randy should come in and do his thing for the most part. I'd like to see Levi just really bear down and concentrate this game, zone everything out, and see if he can come up with a great start. Ground ball to Barry Hutter, second base. Does a nice job making a good throw to the backstop for the second out. Sometimes, Levi, I know he has a lot of fun out there on the mound, but it's not too often where you really see a totally zoned in Levi Lawrence, and I'd like to see that and see what we get out of that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize he holds a ton of pitching records and accolades in this league. When he gets completely down in, he is very, very difficult to hit. I believe he has the most strikeouts in the 5-man, 5-inning format.
Yeah, sure
with
does.
13. I mean, that's literally all but 2 batters. So, I mean, this guy has had some great streaks. He's followed it up with a handful of dozen strikeout games as well.
Yeah, he was a workhorse for his team, in the early seasons of PLW, and the Night Owls are hoping he does the same thing. As I said, I'd really like to see him bear down and try to concentrate. And he tinks on the outer half there.
That's 1-2-3 from Levi Lawrence there.
Yeah, he gets Justin Grenier looking. Just what the Night Owls needed, a 1-2-3 top of the first here to get themselves into the dugout and look for the opportunity to pounce first in this game. Randy going to lead it off yet again. Came off a monstrous blast last game. Hit the ball hard a few times. Had a hit robbed from him by Hollis Hale. Great play down at third base.
it looks like we're going to see Alex Fernandez. He's going to roll right into this game, fresh off of a relief closing position there in Game 2. This is the guy they just put 2 home runs on. So let's see what Dalby can do here to lead off this game. Maybe he can give them a spark that they need to go out and win Game 3.
Yeah, it starts at the top here. If Randy can lead off with some damage here, maybe that sparks the Night Owls to do the same. The rest of the Night Owls do the same.
Well, in on the hands there from Alex Fernandez.
Levi pretty due himself at the plate tonight, so got to expect Levi to have some better at-bats that he's had so far tonight. Randy's looking to be the leadoff guy here.
As much as we've joked around with Levi, and Alex going to make a...
and
drops that one, just foul.
He gives second life to Randy here as he just gets under that and pops it up. Alex easily off the mound and gets to this ball in foul territory, but it goes off of his hands. That's 2-2 to Dalby now. And he swings and misses at strike 3.
Yeah, as much as we give Levi a hard time, he is also an excellent batter as well. As I believe he batted over 400 in Season 2 with the Stonemen as well.
Yeah, he's a great hitter
with a
for
handful
sure.
of home runs. Lefties in this league are known to have a little bit of an advantage with a shorter wall there and easier ability to go opposite field. So definitely dangerous coming from the left side.
100% hits the ball hard basically every time he's up when he does make contact. Pretty due so far tonight.
57.
1-2 to Levi here.
Alex
goes hot and low.
It wouldn't be a night
2-2.
with Levi unless we saw a home run out of him. I mean, he's due for at least one.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's been on base tonight. Maybe one time.
I think he worked a walk.
A lot of strikeouts from Levi.
We'll say he worked a walk in
Did
Game
work
2.
a walk in Game 2. Game 1, he had a triple.
That's correct, yeah. Because remember, Hollis made that amazing play to get him out on the as a cutoff man.
Right, after that, yes. Yeah, he had a triple off the wall. Big pitch, full count. And he swings and misses at a ball low. Alex strikes out the first 2 batters. And Logan Christie in the 3-hole this game gets moved up after that home run.
Yeah, looking to carry over that momentum from that home run in the 6th inning.
Logan swinging at the first pitch, just misses it, knows he did.
It's going to be 1-2-3 on both sides of the inning here as we're going to go to the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, just what the doctor ordered for us here. Quick inning, both sides.
Gets us right back into pace of play.
Yeah, this one, you got to expect this one to be a little more hard fought after, right? I mean, you have the first one was close. It got away from them in the 6th inning, and then last game was kind of a blowout as well. Not every game can be like that. This one has to be a hard-fought game. It's got to be a low-scoring affair, you would think, right?
Yeah, I mean, you would think, or at least maintain that like the first game for a handful of innings. As we're taking a look at Shane Weber, Chad Phillips, and then look, that's like Mama Fernandez back there as well. As we're going to take a look at her puppy. That's Millie, not sure, one or the other. Supporting the PLW with a wiffle ball and a cute little pullover.
Adorbs.
Totes adorbs. And there she is.
Big fan. She's always in the chat.
Always
Every
in the chat.
night.
Comes out, supports her boys here as she's celebrating to get that little cameo there for a second.
Levi back to work here, top of the 2nd. As I said last inning, would really like to see him bear down, concentrate, and be all in here in this game. Put the team on his back here, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the big moment here is get through the 2nd. You know, once Levi gets through 2 innings, he usually dials himself in. We could see a really strong game out of him. Yeah,
Trevor swings and misses at a pitch out of the zone. Levi ahead 1-2.
Things
Trevor
have
done
really
his share of
quieted down
damage
here at Hideaway Field. That's going to be...
Oh, and that's off of the hands of Logan Christie, who almost makes a great catch, but instead that ball goes over the wall for a line drive solo shot by Trevor Bauer. 1-0 Bombers.
Wow, that's a tough beat. Obviously, we know Logan not at full strength out there right now. Doesn't have full mobility.
Logan.
That was a rocket.
Yeah, he had a good jump on that and knows he had it. Really probably should have had this. Hits him right in the hands. And unfortunately for him, doesn't even deflect downward. It deflects upward and goes over the wall.
I hate to say it, Kyle, and you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
I was thinking Chad Phillips moment there, maybe, but I'm not going to say it. That's a nice piece of hitting from Max.
Chad Phillips moment with that play?
Four base error.
Oh, 4-base error. I got it. I was like, what are you talking about?
And see, you made me say it. That's the problem. I didn't want to say it. Now I said it. I can't take it back.
That's Trevor's third bomb of the night. That's Max with a hard hit single up the middle.
Yeah, Max, after that grand slam, right, comes back with a nice single, really turning around, looking to start a new hitting streak.
Yeah, we knew we couldn't keep him down for long. Hollis looking to extend his hitting
nice
streak.
Pitch from Levi.
He's up to 13 consecutive games with a hit. Third in the league behind only Adam Kautz with 16 and Ryan Roosh with 18. The record for most consecutive games in the PLW with a hit? Would you like to guess who it is?
I want to say Adam Tanek, 26 games.
Adam Tanek is incorrect, and 26 is not enough.
Not enough. Oh, my goodness.
Swing and a miss by Hollis. Hale there.
Tom Gannon at 32?
Taylor Briner at
Oh, that
36 games.
That's
Is the record.
Was that season?
That was the end of season 2 and into season 3.
Oh, my goodness. Sheesh. Is
So
right.
Ryan Roosh is halfway there. I do have a feeling this record might be a tough one to be broken, mostly due to the fact that the pitching has just gotten so much better in this league, and with the extra fielder, hits are harder to come by, for sure.
And don't forget, too, Taylor Briner averaged 489 for an entire season.
I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah.
I actually looked it up the other day that 42 games were played in season 2, and Taylor had a hit in 40 out of 42 games, which is just incredible.
Wow.
That's a line drive out there by Big Al to Randy Dalby in left field for the second out. It's going to bring up Alex Fernandez, top of the order here. Runner on first and 2 outs. Alex with a big hole on the right side there. Trying to shoot it through there. He was trying to do just that.
Definitely trying to go the other way with it. Alex, very, very good at hitting into all fields. Not really sure why they are playing 3 outfielders against him and not a guy on that opposite field side, as he's more likely to hit it that direction.
Interesting. Yeah, they're playing an interesting defense here. Randy's shallow left, Logan shallow center, and
Levi just hot there.
Dakota deep right. Really an interesting defensive alignment. I don't know. Maybe they got the spray chart on Alex here.
I know Logan prides himself on being a defensive specialist here. I have to assume he's setting the field for these Night Owls, as he was doing so for the Vaders and the Warbirds.
Yeah, they are likely playing what you call no doubles defense, just trying to prevent a double. They're a little shallow for that, but I think they are playing that Alex hits a lot of more shallow line drive pop-ups.
Yeah, not known for his home run power as much as the ability to get on base, sort of like that, and they're going to make the easy play.
Nice job by Sean
Tag
Marcel
to
to
get out
pick
of
up
the
that hard-hit ground ball.
Yeah,
Third out.
Other than that rocket from Trevor Bauer, I mean, Levi looking strong in this game.
Yeah, gave up a rocket up the middle, which didn't have to leave the yard. Logan Christie had a chance to make that play, and then he gives up a hard-hit single up the middle by Max. But after that, settles down and gets out of it. And look, he gave up 1 run through 2 innings. That's fine. I mean, that happens all the time in this league.
yeah.
Look, it's up to their offense to go get some runs. I mean, if you give up 1 run every 2 innings in this league and you average 3 runs given up over 6 innings, you're going to win a lot of games for your team.
An absolute ton of games.
Davella here to lead off, bottom of the second. Nobody on, nobody out. Takes ball 1 low from Alex. 2-1.
Yeah, Davila fired his whole stack off on the Night Owls in this game,
Don't blame him.
as he's really looking to spark his boys in every way he knows possible, which is usually just throwing money at it.
2-2 now to Davella. And he goes down swinging. 4 up, 4 down for the Night Owls. 3 Ks so far for Alex Fernandez. Brings up Sean Marcel.
Sean looking to turn his night around here at the plate. Maybe get on base here. That's a hard hit ball from Sean. That's going to be a single. That's a nice piece of hitting from
Yeah,
Sean
late
there.
reaction by Mateo Fernandez out there in center field, but does a good job laying out and making sure that ball doesn't hit the wall. Sean really struggled so far this season, batting average, with his batting average. But when you look at his swing, it doesn't look like that should be the case. So definitely one of those trust the process kind of guys. And if he keeps swinging it the way he does, we would start to see some serious results off the bat of Sean Merciel.
Yeah, I mean, just hitting only 188 this season coming into the night. But the guy still has a career average above 275. So you can tell this isn't the normal for him. He is a solid hitter. He's got the fundamentals. Just kind of drawing the bat end of the stick at times, hitting the ball hard.
Right to people.
Guys making great plays on him. It happens. Sometimes you run bad.
And he does a great job of going to all fields with his bat. So nothing but good things to come off the bat of Sean Merciel.
Yeah, and the most important thing about him is he keeps showing up week in and week out, puts the work in, doesn't get too down on himself in those situations, just understands it's part of the game.
2-2 here to Barry as he slaps one foul down the third base line. Alex goes submarine, but it's too hot.
56, fill the count.
Barry wasn't sure, but he's got second life either way. Full count here to Barry Hutter. T-Big Willie saying, I feel Sean's pain. Yeah, and I got to agree with Tyler there. I saw firsthand have him so far this season hit so many balls right at people and just not deserved the results that he's gotten. And even early in his Warbirds career, I've seen him do the same thing where he's hit multiple balls right at somebody, just rockets, and it's really surprising and unlucky, really, that he's had the results he has so far.
That's a hard hit ball.
Randy ropes one to left field. One hops in front of Max Fernandez with a 2-out single. It's going to bring up.
Yeah, Tyler definitely
Levi
in
Lawrence.
that boat as well. I mean, people got to remember, Tyler hit a dozen home runs in Season 2 and was hitting at least 300. External circumstances, he didn't make a ton of games in Season 3. Season 4, like you said, hitting a ton of balls just right
So
at people.
unlucky
Just
so
very
far.
hard, though. Very, very hard. And that's the thing you want to see out of a guy. If they're getting out, at least they're hitting it ball in play and hard.
Levi Lawrence taking 54 off the top bar. First pitch from Alex Fernandez, down 0-2 now. Alex goes hard and low, 60 miles an hour.
Levi
1-2 to
looking to help
Levi.
himself here on the mound.
Yeah, Levi's
Bring
so
a
due
run
for a
around.
big hit there tonight. Rolls over that one, though. Back to Alex. He's going to have no problem with this one. Gets the third out. Levi's going to leave 2 runners stranded. And it's 1-0 Bombers heading to the top of the third.
Yeah,
Bombers looking for a
situations
sweep.
like that, you need to bring somebody around. Can't win a game if you don't score runs.
Timely hitting.
Yeah.
It's all about, that's what baseball and wiffle ball is all
As we
about.
take a look at Buck Burner there, fellow Warboard, just got back from Panama,
Yeah.
and sporting that nice tan from the vacation.
An actual tan as opposed
Yeah.
to the golfer's tan, as a lot of us rock around here
Oh, yeah.
in the city.
Big golfer city here. I think probably about 40, 50 guys in the PLW, also avid golfers at some level.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of translation from golf to a swing of a bat like wiffle or baseball for sure. Some of the best players in the league are also quite good golfers as well.
Yeah,
Adam
you're
Coates.
no slouch yourself. What,
Thank you.
3-4 handicap?
Not quite that low right now. 7. but
7.
you
You play
know,
like a 4.
sometimes, yeah, when I need to.
Couts, alleged scratch golfer, probably floats around the 2 to 3.
I think he's more like right where I am right now. I think when he was playing more, he was like a 3 or a 4. But I think he's more like 6 or 7 right now.
mean,
But I think
Cody
Casey
Reynolds also
Casey
good.
Nielsen might be the best golfer in the league.
Really?
He's up there, yeah.
We got to get him out there with us one of these days.
Levi Lawrence pumps in strike 1 to Mateo there.
Yeah, there was that infamous grudge match between you Couts, and then Reynolds snuck in there and shot the hot round.
Mateo rolls that one over to Levi, picks it up, throws it to the
Coming out
backstop for the
number
first out.
So Levi quietly made 7 pretty quick outs. I mean, minus the home run, that some could call the 4-base there, whatever you want to call it. He's really gotten through this game pretty seamless.
Yeah, and the Night Owls are just looking for 3 productive innings out of him here, and they're going to go to Dalby for the last 3 for sure. And if they can get through these 3 innings, only giving up 1 run, giving the ball to Dalby, they're going to have a pretty good chance to win this game.
Yeah, I
Grenier takes away 2-1 now.
can't go wrong getting the ball back into Dalby's hands, but if Levi keeps pitching the way he is, they might just ride him out here.
It's true. You're not wrong.
Does the old toe tapper here, and he's going to deliver the one pump right down the middle of 45.
2-2 now. One of those situations, though, where you think, like, well, you know, if he gets 9 outs, that's a victory. Might as well
it's
go
a
to your
huge night for him.
Might as well go to your stud after that and just change it up and then go shut him down.
Got to remember, he spent about a season and a half away from the PLW.
It's true. 2-2 here to Justin. Floated in, and that's way gone. That was a mistake. Wrong guy, wrong time.
Yeah.
Justin Grenier, opposite field blast. 2-0 Bombers.
Yeah, don't want to float in a ball like that to Justin Grenier. He's going to make you pay opposite field.
Yeah, that's just wrong. It's
Yeah.
you make a guy. I know Justin doesn't have a ton of experience in the PLW here, as we see yet another nice Bomber celebration at the plate. I've seen him play. I know what it is.
So we got him alive in the chat there. Yeah, Justin Grenier.
Yeah, we didn't hear from him all night. I take a shot at his handicap, let him know what it,
I bet you
what it truly is.
He didn't even have the stream on, and he heard
Somebody
that
messaged
somehow,
him.
some way.
They're talking about your golf game on the stream.
He couldn't get away from it.
Yeah, wrong pitch to that guy. There's a few younger players in the PLW that don't have as many at-bats as Justin has, and they would be fooled by something like that. But Justin, a pure hitter, and sits back, waits on that, and just deposits it towards that Garden of Serenity.
Yeah, very, very patient, late swing, produces a lot of opposite field power. It's his second opposite field home run of the night. As Max just misses that one, he's going to foul back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how effective those like floating pitches are in general in this league anymore. It used to keep guys off balance a lot, and sure, every once in a while it works, but for the most part, that's just batting practice to so many players in the league, and they're begging you to throw 145. And Max with another dead center blast, a no-doubter, as we say. We love those dead center bombs. Max Fernandez with another one for the Bombers. 3-0, top 3 here.
And he has not gotten an out since that grand slam.
Yep.
It's really turned his day around.
We were saying it was just a matter of time before we heard from Max Fernandez tonight, and he had a grand slam in the 6th, a hard hit single in the 2nd inning here up the middle, and then now another home run dead center here
in the 3rd. Yeah, like I said, game 2, the angrier this guy gets, the harder he hits the ball, the more focused he is. I've seen it time in and time out. Might struggle 2 games in a row, and then he just absolutely goes on a tear for game 3.
You just can't keep a good hitter like that down for too long.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Yeah, you can keep him down for a handful of at-bats. Maybe you get through a whole series, but the best hitters show you that they are not going to get through it.
And
there's a base hit nice to the middle, and a nice job by Logan Christie making a sliding stop there, totally legal play. And that's a hit in all 3 games tonight, and Hollis Hale's going to extend his hitting streak to 14 games. Really impressive feat. Good job, Hollis Hale, continuing a great night.
And Logan utilizing a new rule, which allows you to make a sliding attempt to use your feet to stop the ball in the outfield. Logan Christie almost made MLS. I think he was like the last guy
he was
out.
one spot away, just missed, yeah.
Yeah, he was a goalie, so that slide looks pretty familiar.
Keeper, as they say.
Yeah, the old Tendy.
1-2 here to Big Al. Swings and misses at
Gonna go
strike
to
3, but a little damage done this inning. Levi couldn't quite get out of the inning unscathed. And 3-0 Bombers heading to the bottom of the 3rd. And the Owls are going to have to figure out a way to score some runs against this Bombers pitching staff if they want to come away with a win tonight. If not, they're going to be looking at a pretty ugly losing streak. Losers of 5 straight coming in tonight. They dropped the first 2, 8-1 and 14-6. And they're down 3-0 here.
Yeah, it's the way Alex Fernandez is looking right now. It's not looking very bright for this Night Owls team. They really need to piece together a solid inning where you don't get a solo shot. Maybe you piece together a handful of hits, make this 3-2 here, make it 3-3, maybe 3-4. Make it interesting, but you need to get to Alex Fernandez quickly here. Otherwise, he's just going to settle in, and next thing you know, you're going to be in the 6th inning.
100%. Spot on.
You know, things considered, Levi's given up 3 shots, but other than that, he doesn't look... I don't know what the word I'm going to try and use here. That's not going to sound very mean.
No, he looked effective.
He looked effective.
He looked effective in the batters he got out, and then just a couple of mistake pitches. And look, great hitters punish mistake pitches across the league, not just this Bombers team. Across the league, you make a bad pitch to a great hitter, and they're going to punish you more often than not. Simple as that. Logan with a hard hit ball. That's going to drop in front of Max Fernandez. Good to see Logan with another
quietly
hit.
Hitting 500 on the night.
gets a leadoff guy on here for manager Nick Davella.
Davila went center, left center here just 3 innings ago off this same pitcher, so definitely can get the team moving in the right direction here. Oh, and he wanted that one.
Yeah, I don't really know how he missed that one. Maybe just a little under it, I guess, but 53-mile-an-hour floated in. Nick just missed it. 0-2 now.
Maxed easy. Yep, Bombers took both, 8-1 and 14-6.
Whoa.
It's double nickels.
That
from
pitch looked
Alex
much hotter
Fernandez.
than that, but unfortunately for Nick Davella, he stared back at strike 3 at 55 in the center panel. Great pitch by Alex Fernandez. Brings up Sean Merciel. Runner on first. 1 out here, bottom 3.
And the good buddy combo here of Sean Merciel and Logan Christie looking to do some damage for the Night Owls.
You see Sean look to go the opposite way there. Got plenty of room over the head of Trevor Bauer. That whole right field looking for. That's usually where he looks, and I see him when I pitch batting practice to him. He's always looking to go the opposite way, and there he is. But
perfect.
Trevor knocks it down.
Oh.
He's going to be able to make the play at second, and they do get it in time. Another robbed hit off the bat of Sean Merciel. We continue to say it. It's unbelievable. A guy like that can hit a ball so square and just not come away with a hit. It's criminal.
Yeah, I don't know how many mirrors you have to break to be as unlucky as Sean Merciel, but it has just been devastating to watch as that ball was roped, and it was high. That was about 8.5, 9 feet in the air. Trevor just made a great reactionary play there to get the out.
I mean, he drew that up just how we were talking about. We said that he had plenty of room on the right side over Trevor. He looks to go the opposite field. The next pitch, he rockets one towards Trevor. He sticks his hands up and somehow robs a hit.
Yeah. Trevor didn't even realize that ball was at him until it hit him on the hand, too.
Probably right. Some serious exit velo there off the bat of Sean Merciel. 2-2 here to Barry Hutter, though.
Feels like a shame to give him a fielder's choice there.
I know. He's on first base, but he feels like he should be on second base with a RBI. Full count. Barry sits back and stares at strike 3 in the zone.
51, see you later.
Night Owl strand 1. 3-0 Bombers heading to the top of the 4th. We roll along on the Bombers-dominated evening. Randy Dalby going to get the ball to start the 4th inning here as expected. Going to try to keep this a 3-0 game. See if he can do that and give the Night Owls an opportunity again to put runs up. And they've had their chances. They've just haven't quite had a few hits in a row to really give themselves a chance for a big inning. Just a little off, whatever it is. It's just a little something that's off. They're not quite clicking, or they're just maybe it's been a little unlucky. I mean, we're not even talking about. We're not. It's completely different if that Merciel hit goes a foot higher and it's off the wall for a double. We're talking about
scores a run.
it's just a different game. And it's just they found their way here.
It's really hard to analyze what's necessarily off with this Night Owls team. Like we said, they didn't really actually get blown out in Game 1. Yes, the score ended 8-1. They gave up 6 in the 6th. That was a 2-1 game. It was an anybody's pick'em game going into the 6th inning. Game 2 was tough. That's going to happen with the Night Owls when you give up that many runs. But this game, right? Levi's come. He's done his job, relatively speaking. It's still close, 3-0. You got Dalby in. You got the guy you want on the mound right now. And unless you have Stein and Dalby in town at the same time, this is about as good as your team is going to get. So you need to find a way to win in spots like this.
Yeah, they just have to claw some across, and they're going to have a good chance to keep this be like a 3-run game, or at worst, hopefully like a 4-run game. They're just going to have to find a way to put up some runs in the bottom last few innings here as Alex goes down swinging. And Randy gets his first out recorded here on top of the 4th. Brings up Mateo Fernandez. Nobody on 1 out, top 4. Bottom Bombers up 3-0. And he misses inside 1-1.
Yeah, not to be negative Nancy here, but do the Night Owls own the 2 longest losing streaks in the PLW?
This season or in general?
In general.
It's got to be this season. The Tomahawks went like 5-37 or something season 1 or 2 there. Mm-hmm. So there's probably a longer one in there. But, I mean, this is 8 in a row. If they don't win this one, it's going to be 8 in a row. It's just tough to lose 8 in a row.
They went on a pretty big slide there. I think dropped last 12 or 13 games as well.
Yeah, they went like 0 for 48 or scoring runs. That was bad at the end of the
straight innings.
Yeah, it was really bad for sure. 2-2 to Mateo, and he swings and misses. Randy gets back-to-back Ks to start the fourth inning. Brings up Justin Grenier. Total runs scored over under 7. So far, over being hammered. And honestly, that's a little surprising. If the Metals are going to win this game, there's going to be at least 7 runs scored. I don't know if the Bombers are going to score many more. See if the Night Owls have the chance.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dalby did get hit there in game 1.
It took them 6 innings to do so. Through 5 innings, they only had 1 run scored. And, I expect Randy to go back to his dealing. Very late swing by Justin there. Fouls it off, almost takes out Buck
TV
Burner.
Just saved Dave Seifert over there.
Mateo had that early home run in game 1 against Randy. And it kind of got away from them later.
Tell you what, Kyle, who are we looking at for the rest of the week?
Who are we looking at for the rest of the week? Well, tomorrow night, as a pop-up over to the third foul territory, Cody Giordano does not come up with it. He really had a good opportunity. Made a great sliding attempt, but did not come up with that tough play. Tomorrow night, we have Lightning at Warbirds. And then Friday night, we have Legends at Cajuns.
Nice little weekend capper there. Legends at Cajuns. Legends looking to carry on their winning streak. Cajuns floating around there in the middle of the standings, as you see. Yeah, Lightning at Warbirds. This is a big series for both of our teams.
Yeah, we call
night.
it our rivals for sure. From the Lightning standpoint, we definitely view the Warbirds as our rivals. You've gotten the best of us overall. A couple of former Warbirds on the Lightning and vice versa a little bit. Not really vice versa, but Tyler. Vice versa. So our rivals, you guys handled us last season, no problem in the playoffs. Jim Dodo single-handedly won. So yeah, big rivals tomorrow night, Lightning Warbirds. But here, Alex Fernandez coming out at the bottom of the 4th, looking to handle Randy Dalby here and complete this sweep for the Bombers.
Guys, tune in Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. We play every single week.
5 nights a week.
5 nights a week.
PLW.
If you're watching on TikTok, this is the only view you're ever going to get on TikTok. Come on over to twitch.tv/Premier Wiffle. Get all the angles. 2 broadcasters. You get to see an excellent umpiring crew. You get to see 5 different camera views. You get to win wiffle ball points. You get to bet wiffle ball points. You get to win prizes. We do mugs. We do hats. We do all the fun stuff. As Dalby's going to take the 3-1 there.
He's going to be... You can't win this game with one swing of the bat. So good job by Dalby there, making Alex throw a strike on 3-1. Trying to be a leadoff hitter. He'll protect here on 3-2, though, for sure. And he hits a hard hit spinner off the hand of Justin Grenier, and that's going to trickle into right field. It's going to be a
play
base
from
hit.
Justin not to go after that once it trickled away from him. The only thing you can get out of that play is an extra base for the batter at that point.
Sure, if he airmailed the throw into the backstop, give an extra base to Randy. Keeps the double play in live. Brings up Levi here. He's going to take ball 1 away. I still think Levi's very due tonight.
Yeah, uncharacteristically made a lot of outs at the plate tonight.
He's taking some
has a walk
big
and
hacks,
a triple.
including there.
Always never gets cheated.
Very true. 1-2 now to Levi Lawrence. Looking to hit the ball hard.
Levi not wearing his signature AirPods for this series.
That's true. He does usually wear those. He's letting the hair down tonight. So far, hasn't exactly been the recipe for success. 2-2. Takes that pitch down and in. Full count here.
Fernandez working himself in the back-to-back full counts. As we just gained another viewer from TikTok. Welcome.
And Levi sits back and waits on that one. Justin knocks it down, and Hollis does a great job chasing that into the outfield. He's an eligible infielder and can do that, and flips it to Justin to get the lead runner at second. Great job by the Bombers there to get an out on that play.
Hollis has been a lockdown infielder all night long.
Brings up the smooth swinging Logan Christie here. Home run. First hit of the year. Last game. Single. Last inning. Stares at strike 1 from Alex here. 0-2. And stares at strike 3 as well.
Into the pan there.
2 pitches he was a little bit fooled on. Thought Alex might have been wasting a pitch on 0-2, but did not do that. And we got a runner on first and 2 outs for manager Nick Davella. Night Owls need a spark.
Oh, Davila just misses that one.
Nico's up there hacking at the first pitch. 0-2.
We're sitting roughly around 400 viewers on the night here. Game 3, Night Owls versus Bombers.
Davila goes down
Davila's gonna
swinging.
go down to end the fourth.
And Alex continues his dominance so far here in Game 3, putting his team on his back, looking to get this sweep. I'll be back on the mound here for the Owls, trying to keep this a 3-run game, but 3 runs might be plenty at this point. The way Alex is looking on the mound, I mean,
He's really settled in.
Yeah, it really. They look. You kind of talked about it. I mean, as you said, once Alex kind of gets settled in, if he continues to ride that, all of a sudden it's going to be the 6th inning, and you're going to be down 3 runs, and by that point, it's probably too late for you to make something happen. It's really been all Bombers so far tonight. Night Owls are going to look to try to change that here and break up this Bombers dominance, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Alex was put as a Cy Young candidate in the midseason polls. I mean, he's just sneaky good out there. I mean, there's no other way to describe it.
I don't even know if it's sneaky at this point. Everybody's well aware of it, right?
Well, I mean, we're all
He's
well
a little
aware of it, but
underrated.
nobody talks about it.
It's true.
You know?
He's just known,
underrated.
He's known as a guy who's the workhorse more than the dominator, so to speak.
Yeah, he's just going to go out and
It's more
get you
about
innings,
finesse too.
and he's not going to give up runs.
Yeah, he's
That's
like he's Maddox-esque, where he doesn't walk guys, pitches to contact, and doesn't really throw maybe crazy hard. Can if he needs to, but he's kind of the Maddox of PLW for sure with the way he works. 0-2 here.
Trevor's going to stay alive there. That's going to be the first one back into the zone. If you foul 2 back into the zone, that would be considered the catcher catching it, and you are out.
Somebody saying Bombers need a crooked number. I think it's the Night Owls that need a crooked number.
That's
They
gonna
want to
sit
have
down
any
Trevor
chance to
Bauer.
win this game.
Yeah, Bombers are fine right now with their padded 3-run lead. Like we said, Fernandez not really giving up runs. That's going to be nasty, just hot from Dalby.
Max with 2 hits so far in this game. Single in the second, home run in the third. Looking to continue his swinging ways this game. Gets ahead 2-1 to Randy, who's going to have to come into him. Good spot for Max, ahead in the count. Swings and misses.
Tannic. A lot of season left, Kyle.
Big series tomorrow night for Warbirds. Full count now. Max Fernandez. Randy misses high. Max
That's
works
gonna be a walk.
A 1-out walk. 3 trips to the plate, 3 times on base for Max Fernandez so far. Brings up power hitting Hollis Hale, having a great night. Looking to do more damage here. Late in game 3.
Yeah, and right now, knock on wood, the Owls might be covering this game.
Yeah, -3.5. Spread bettors looking for an insurance run here out of the Bombers to
Best outcome possible for Davila, firing away $226K. If you don't win the game, at least you cover the spread. You walk away with some points.
That is true. Yeah, Evan says that little drop screwball at 85.90 must be disgusting. Yeah, at 57, it's absolutely disgusting. Imagine at 30 miles an hour faster.
There's a reason why we've sent just about every combination of PLW All-Stars to these fast pitch tournaments and haven't walked away with a win.
Right. Randy's team wins every time.
Yes.
And Hollis hits one over the left side to Giordano, flips it to Levi at second, who fires into the backstop. It's going to be a little short. They are going to get the lead runner at second, though. That's going to bring up Big Al with a runner on first and 2 outs. Looking for a big hit from some more insurance runs here.
Yeah, I do know Tom Gannon gets a little sensitive when you bring that one up, as he's been trying to take down Dalby his whole adult life. As Big Al's going to throw an ugly swing at that one.
I think he bent his barrel there, or this handle as well. I'm not a fan of the check swings. Either go for it or don't.
Yeah.
Oh, Hollis saying, don't break that one. He picks up Hollis's bat. We might have to do a Hollis bat investigation the way he's swinging it tonight.
There might
Swing
be
and a
a
miss
little
by
look
Big
in.
Al.
It's going to be 3 down. Going to the bottom of the 5th for the Night Owls. Looking to tack on at least one here. You think if they're going to come back and win this game, they need to get one.
You got to chip away at it. You don't necessarily need 3 in this inning, but you got to chip away at it. Randy does his job, goes out there, shuts them down in the 4th and the 5th, keeps this a 3-0 game. But so far, this has been Alex Fernandez's game. 4 innings, hasn't given up any runs yet, and if he continues the pitching the way he has, it's going to be a bomber sweep for sure. So,
yeah, cruising
Sean
right
Marcel
along.
leading off here, bottom 5. Was robbed of a single on a hard hit line drive to Trevor Bauer at second base last time. Mm-hmm. See if he can repeat that swing and maybe get a better result here.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that they would maybe shade a guy over to the 102 sign here as well, seeing what he just did to Trevor there. Obviously, Trevor made the play, but inch or 2 higher, and that is going to be a hit. But, we got a little struggle here from Hollis. Hollis is going to make the play in time, though. There's no time.
Yeah, rolls one over to the left side by Sean. Hollis had a little bit of a bobble there, just kind of overran it as this ball kind of ran out of steam as it got to Hollis. But good job staying with it. Makes a hard throw to the backstop for the first out here in the 5th. Barry goes after the first pitch and fouls it back, 0-2. Alex just ahead of the count, and every batter just on cruise control right now. 4 singles by the Night Owls, but not enough right now to scratch a run across. 2 hits in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. But it's Alex Fernandez dealing. Barry rolls a soft one back to him. No problem. 2 quick outs here in the 5th by Alex Fernandez. Brings up the top of the order, and Randy Dalby. See if he can put a dent in this deficit.
Alex just cruising right along here, right on schedule. Ooh, Dalby just misses that one. You know he's going to want that one back. He just gave us the look like, oh, man, throw me that again.
Alex used 2 innings in game 1, and he did come in and finish game 2, right?
I believe, yeah, he can only go 6.
There's a chance this is his last inning, but I think he actually does have all 6. But either way, he's through 5. No problem. Great start here by Alex Fernandez to go through 5 scoreless innings against the Night Owls and really give his team an opportunity for a clean sweep tonight and get the Bombers, cement them really in that playoff position. They came in 4th place, and had they struggled tonight and dropped 2 out of 3 or somehow got swept, they would have kind of flip-flopped with the Night Owls, and they would have moved down to like 7th, and the Night Owls would have jumped back into contention.
Yeah,
But
I mean, nobody's safe right now, Kyle. I mean, you got the ones and the Vaders separated themselves significantly from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But even, to be honest with you, 9 and 10, us, Warbirds and Lightning down there, we're not out of this thing. The Legends, I want to say, are sitting at 17 and 13. They're pretty cemented in the 3rd right now, but the Bombers have made that move. Assuming they sweep tonight, they're going to be tied, I believe, for 3rd due to the lack of not playing a series last Monday. But anything else, 4 through 8, even 4 through 9 and 10, it's wide open.
For sure.
Still.
Ones and Vaders definitely look like they'll be in the playoffs, but the next 3 teams remain to be seen as exactly who will be there. And
Yeah,
the teams that will find themselves towards the bottom as well. All that up for grabs the rest of the way here, PLW.
As the 5 seed does make the playoffs, I believe 1 seed gets a bye, and 5 seed goes and plays. Is that 2 seed?
They play the 4 seed.
Play the 4 seed.
And then the 1 chooses between the winner of that 5-4 game and the 3 seed as to who they'd like to play, and the 2 seed plays the other one.
Gotcha. It's going to be a single from Alex Fernandez.
Yeah, hard hit ball, helping himself out a little bit with a leadoff base hit here against Randy. First hit allowed by Randy in this game. Going to bring up Mateo Fernandez, the runner on first and nobody out. Mateo 0 for 3 so far, a couple of groundouts and a strikeout. Looking to change that as he swings at a pitch that hits him, basically.
Yeah.
He's going to go behind 0-2.
I think that was all hands on that one, no bat.
Said it was off the fingers. 0-2. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we heard anything. Mateo didn't think he did. Asked Buck.
Yeah.
Buck said no.
It's always worth
goes
the
down
ask.
swinging. There's sometimes you do hear some bit of a sound, and you're not sure if it's the bat or tape or air. It is tough to really, for sure, hear the foul tips sometimes. But the ones that do happen, you always hear them. We're on first, 1 out for Justin Grenier here. Run back in the 3rd, that floater that Levi Lawrence served up for him, and he deposited it over the right field wall. Tougher battle here against Randy Dalby. And goes down swinging at a pitch low. Brings up Trevor Bauer here. 1 on and 2 out. Randy looking to give his team that last gasp effort in the bottom of the 6th. Needing 3 runs. Trevor swings and misses at the first pitch, down 0-2. Randy takes that one top of the
just
zone, but
hot.
61 miles an hour. Trevor does a good job laying off that hot pitch. 1-2. Trevor just gets under that one. Sean Merciel backs up, makes the catch for the 3rd out. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Night Owls chasing 3. Alex Fernandez continuing to deal so far through 5. And I believe he is out of innings as they are going to go to Max Fernandez to close this one out. I believe he had 2 in game 1, 2 in game 2, and now he's got all 5 in game 3. So Max going to have to close this one out. Will this be the opportunity that the Night Owls have looked for? Somebody different besides Alex this game, and maybe that's the guy that they take advantage of. But
Well, they have
not an
seen
easy
Max
task.
better than they've seen Alex all night long. They walked him out fairly quickly in his relief appearance, and he didn't make it too far into his start either. So this would be the guy they want to go after. Not typically known for giving up runs. Definitely a strike thrower, leads the league in strikeouts. He's looking to bring him home here.
I do have to correct you. Tom Gannon leads the league in strikeouts after his masterful performance earlier this week.
15 Ks yesterday.
15 Ks in a 6-inning game, a new PLW record. Absolute dominance. What did Chad say?
He said he did confirm Alex has thrown 9.
Yeah. 2 game 1, 2 game 2, and 5 game 3. Levi swings at the first pitch, rolls one over to Justin Grenier.
And that's
Floats one in
just gonna
nicely.
stay under us and hit the backstop for out number 1.
1 pitch, 1 out for Max. That's going to bring up Logan Christie. See if he can be the guy to give a spark here. The bottom of the 6th here. We're going to get ready to have that poll up. The Bombers are going to win this series regardless, and looking like a sweep. Should probably have Hollis Hale, Max Fernandez, Alex Fernandez, of course. Justin Grenier and Trevor Bauer on that list. Sounds like a
might
good
as well
list.
put the whole team on the list at this point, you know?
Lionel Simmons had some good hits tonight.
Big Al.
Big Al had a home run. Really a full team effort by the Bombers tonight, and they're reaping the benefits. You come here, you put a full team effort against a tough pitching of Randy Dalby and a dangerous hitter, and this is what you get. You get 3, likely 3 wins against them.
Logan's looking to have something to say about that.
Truly ambiguous subs with Amazon Prime. Thank you. Truly appreciate every one of our subs very
And we are
much.
inching closer, Kyle, to that 20,000 followers. We are just 77 followers away from 20K.
Look at that.
That's going to be a walk.
There's a 1-0 walk by Logan
draws the
Christie.
second walk of the game.
First walk for Logan. Ground out,
Sorry,
single,
second walk
strikeout
of the series.
of the night. Yeah, you did miss it. Big Al's home run, Evan. Was in the 2nd inning of game 2. That's the ground ball to Hollis. Flips to Justin, who touches the bag, and that ball is thrown out of play, I believe. It did hit Sean Merciel, but he was way out of the way. But it ended up going out of play. So Nick is going to go to second. We have a runner on second, 2 down now. And last opportunity for the Night Owls here. Sean needs to get on base to have this game continue. If he does, tying run will be at the plate, and Chris Warfield makes a play, foul ball back into the booth. No problem. Chris Warfield may be calling his own number tomorrow night against the Lightning.
No, we're fully
Starting-
stacked tomorrow,
starting
Kyle. I
shortstop.
don't anticipate even touching of the field tomorrow.
Merciel takes a pitch off the inside pipe there. 2-2. Too hot, though.
The only way you're going to see me tomorrow, Kyle, is if you guys are down 10.
Full count here to Merciel. Needs to get on base to continue this game. And he swings
go down
and misses. Max comes in.
That's going to be the
Shuts
ball
the
game.
door. The Bombers complete the sweep. 8-1, 14-6, 3-0. All Bombers tonight, 25-7, outscoring the Night Owls. Randy Dalby was here, did some damage at the play with a home run. Shut them down here in game 2. He pitched 8 out of his 9 innings that he pitched. He gave up 1 run total. So kind of did his job. Gave up that bunch of runs in the 6th inning. But all Bombers tonight, team effort all the way around.
It's a tale of two sides of the coin here for the Night Owls. I mean, they win in sweep a series only having 6 runs. They score 7 tonight, and they get beat 25-7. So not the team to try and only score 7 runs against. Obviously, I know that wasn't the intention. Bombers just a really good all-around team. They've just solidified themselves back in the playoff race here, pushed themselves into 3rd. Night Owls got a lot of things that they need to go back to the drawing board on. Now on an 8-game skid.
Tough sledding in Night Owls land.
So as we're going to get this poll up here, who do you want to see in the booth? Get the post-game interview. It looks like it's
really
not
close right now between Big Al and Hollis Hale.
It looks
both
like they're
with big
firing
nights.
away on Big Al.
Yeah, it's going to be a close race. If you want to talk to Big Al, if you want to talk to Hollis Hale, you want to do the interview here, bud?
I might be able to wrap this thing up for you if you want to get out of here. I know you're
I'll come back in.
Dedicated
and wrap it up
guy,
with you, of course,
to this league, and you got schedules to stick to.
No.
I know the factory might be getting closed here soon, so don't think that's in play. Yeah. No, but it was a great series tonight, Kyle. I had a blast with you up here in the booth.
Yeah, likewise.
Really glad we could
my first
get
night
to do
as the
this.
main play-by-play guy. I was a little nervous to start the night, but I think settled in later in the night.
Yeah, you did excellent. I think we scrapped together really well here. Both original guys that we anticipate to have out here initially backed out. I was going to be up here with Dodos. Dodos looking the rest up for tomorrow. He's really looking to bring the pain to you guys. So
as expected.
Unfortunately, you kind of drew the bad end of the stick tonight. He needed to sit out. So
fair enough. It looks like Big Al has a pretty good lead on this poll, 45-35 right now. Just about to wrap up this poll. Very likely you to chat with Mr. Alain Fernandez. And here he comes.
It looks like
Big Al, coming to the booth. I'm going to step aside, let you handle this
we
interview.
We haven't locked this thing in yet. No, Kyle, look at this late surge.
Oh, hold on, Al. Hold on. The poll's still open. 45-40.
Getting slow.
Everybody's getting votes. Oh, and there it is. Big Al's the winner.
Big Al is going to come
All
on
right,
up here.
come on up here.
Come on up here, big guy.
I'd like to challenge Big Al in the booth.
All right, as Chad Phillips challenges Big Al's appearance in the booth, I think it was well-deserved. You hit a bomb tonight. You single-handedly created this team, out of your own goodwill. Tell me, what led to the success tonight? I mean, all around, you guys just look solid.
I think the biggest thing right now what we wanted to do was take on the bad pitches. We were trying to concentrate on hitting strikes, going after the pitchers early, and I think we did a good job. The whole team did. I mean, look how many homers we hit today.
I'm not sure of the exact number off the top of my head, but I think everybody on your team hit a home run or contributed in some way. Obviously, you guys won the series 25-7. It was a close game in Game 1. Can you tell me what the locker room was like in the 5th inning, going into that 5th inning when you guys started to separate? You guys put up 6 off of Randy Dalby, who's infamously, English is hard. He's known for being an all-around solid wiffle ball player. You guys were able to put up 6 on him and really solidify Game 1, lock it up 8-1, and then you went on that. What the Bombers do. You guys carry the momentum. So.
Right. Dalby's a great pitcher. There's no doubt about it. But when you deal with a lot of baseball mentality and baseball background, these guys put the ball in play. We actually hit Dalby pretty well. In last series, we hit him pretty well as well. So, like I said, all we're doing is trying to take on bad pitches and hitting the good pitches, and it's contagious. Hitting is contagious, and you can see the whole team is. Once we start hitting, it's a train. It's the Bombers train. We keep going, and the momentum keep going, and it's, a lot of it's the fans too, man. The Bombers are a fan-based team. We love the fans. Even when we're not playing, we're always interacting with the fans, and that's what it's all about. But when you have a talented team like we do, that's why we bat 7. We could bat 7. And
yeah, we were questioning that early on. Obviously, we understand. Every single one of you guys in your lineup is capable of being your 3, 4, 5, 6 hitter. 7 is something we haven't seen, to at least start a series. We've seen guys bring it in to Game 2, Game 3, but you guys broke that barrier tonight. Maybe more teams start to do that because of what you guys did here tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of depth, and when you have depth, you have a lot of options. We have both offensive depth and defensive depth. You know, we have a lot of pitching, and that's what I think saved us in these kind of series. When one pitcher doesn't pitch successfully, we got another guy who's just as good or better.
Yeah,
So,
Grenier made a great game to
Yeah.
start. Got you guys 4 innings. That would look very solid. You know, minus that one solo shot, got you 12 outs.
Yeah.
You know, Hollis locked down third baseman today. I'm sure you guys are super satisfied to see that. You know, the old Hollis of old days is kind of coming back into his
We're all,
form.
like I said, when I came out here today, I haven't been out here in 3 weeks. I had a back injury, and I think it actually helps because I'm not overswinging. I'm just trying to make contact, and I was able to, put one over the fence today, and that's all we're trying to do, man. You know, this is a fun league. As fun as it looks on TV, it's funner here. And this league is incredible. It's great to come out here. We look forward to it all the time.
Yeah, I know you were itching to get back. So.
Yeah, I was dying to get back. And we actually got lucky last week. We had a wind delay, and I was going to play last week. It probably wasn't ready, but my mentality, I'm always baseball ready. And I played injured. I always played injured. That's probably why body hurts now. But no, thank you for watching, everybody. We love the fans, and you know what we're going to do? You know what we want to do? We're going to sign a ball, all Fernandez family. We're going to sign it and we'll auction it off. We'll auction it off next game or next, maybe on Friday, and we'll see if anybody wants it. I don't know if it's worth anything.
Throw it in there, see what we can get out of it. Hey,
I don't know if anything's worth it.
But hey, Big Al, pleasure having you up here in the booth.
Likewise, thank you.
Excellent series all around. And congratulations on your home run. Welcome back.
Appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Good night.
Yeah, that's going to do it here for us, guys, as the Bombers have just swept the Night Owls. The Night Owls on an 8-game skid here. The Bombers putting themselves back into playoff contention as my partner in the night, Kyle Lohman, is joining us again here in the booth. Big Al, very, very well-spoken. Obviously, father figure to this team. Also the father of 3 of the players on this team. Really the silent leader in this team locker room. He definitely understands the mentality. He's an experienced baseball player, played in the minor leagues with the Yankees. He really has a lot of depth to him.
Yeah, he has a lot to add to this team. And as you said, both like father figure literally and with leadership for sure. Shows these kids, if they get a little out of line, how to act like professionals. And, they take after him. And they're all great players, the whole team top to bottom. And all Bombers tonight, full 3-game sweep of the Night Owls. They solidify their spot, really making them look like a playoff team, and they are that. And good to see it. They are a good team. They're definitely going to be a threat the rest of the way here in the PLW. But that's pretty much it for us here tonight. Another Wednesday edition.
A little Wednesday edition. Late game prediction. What do you got tomorrow, Kyle? Hate to do that to you.
What do we got? Tomorrow night, Lightning, Warbirds. The Warbirds don't have it. Lightning take 2 out of 3. We'll see you there tomorrow night, PLW.
See you guys tomorrow night.